All right. We're getting back into the council, episode 2. I'm super excited. We left off yesterday being accused of murdering Elizabeth, who we had 2 drinks with, but we refused to drink any more with. Although we should have gone with Emily, because then we would have at least had an alibi, and probably a better time.
How many times must I tell you? You must never put your life on the line for me.
Mother has always had a fascination for Lord Mortimer, but has never wanted to tell me why.
We are doing our utmost to find your mother as quickly as possible. Without your mother, hundreds of men of the cloth would have gone to the guillotine.
All I can tell you is I'm looking for my sister.
Do you believe your mother capable of torturing a child?
An agreement for cannons. Lord Mortimer assured me that you are to take over the project on behalf of your mother.
Johann Christoph von Wollner, Minister of Religious Affairs, and Jacques Peroux, French Revolutionary Tribunal Judge. You will find that Lord Mortimer is not what one would call conventional, Monsieur de Richet. Monsieur de Richet, I am
George Washington,
for the murder
don't look at me.
Adams.
That was a cool little recap scene. Alright, what should we read? We can't read these yet because we don't have all of them. A skill point towards logic, etiquette, erudition, politics, or psychology. Can we look? Oh, we can. Ooh, if we got one towards etiquette, then it would top it off. So let's do that.
At last we meet, Monsieur de Richet. Do you mind if I call you Louis?
Please do.
Thank you. I wish to apologize wholeheartedly, Louis. I made you cross the seas, and I wasn't even here to welcome you. When I asked you to join us here, it was, of course, in the hope that you would help us find your mother. But an act of horrific violence occurred during the night, and I do not know if this is linked to the disappearance of Sarah.
What do you mean?
What are you getting at? What act of violence?
We found Elizabeth Adams' body in her room. She was brutally murdered, stabbed several times. I'll get straight to the point, Louis. According to the initial elements at my disposal, you were the last person to see her alive.
Except for the person who killed her.
Do you suspect me?
I want you to tell me everything that happened last night and leave nothing out. Tell me, how did the evening begin?
It was,
Duchess Hillsborough and I were returning to our rooms when Elizabeth came up to us. She was in a state of panic and insisted
I hate that sound.
to speak to me. She said she feared for her life. I took my leave of the Duchess and followed Elizabeth to her room.
Continue.
She insisted we have a drink, without which she refused to confide anything.
What exactly did she want to speak about?
She thought she'd seen my mother.
She claimed she saw my mother the previous evening on the cliff, if I remember correctly.
Interesting. I will send someone as soon as possible. But do go on.
I refused to go on drinking with her. She already seemed drunk and her conversation became confused. So, then she ordered me to get out. If only I'd stayed.
Don't blame yourself, Louis. How could you have known? But thank you for this new information.
Louis, I shan't hide the fact that this tragedy puts me in a very delicate situation. I cannot risk upsetting the smooth operation of our next conference. But the case cannot remain unaddressed.
Let him
I
finish.
must reassure my guests, and justice will be done. And for that to happen, I must ask for your help.
Why's that?
You met Elizabeth. You spoke together, I believe. She trusted you.
But you think I
Listen,
murdered her?
Find out who could have committed this murder. I refuse to believe that one of my guests is the murderer. I want to know who is responsible for this. And I trust you. You have my backing. You must stop at nothing. Can I count on you?
Of course. How would you like me to proceed?
Maybe you could start by going to the scene of the crime. Elizabeth was attacked in her room.
Okay. Details?
Can you tell me anything else about what happened?
Now, Louis, I wouldn't want to influence you. Get over there and form your own opinion.
Okay.
Do you have any suspects in mind, my lord?
I spent most of the night talking with Sir Gregory and His Eminence Piaggi. So I think you can remove them from the list of suspects. Monsieur Bonaparte and President Washington left the party after midnight, I believe. They were tired and went up to bed.
Okay, well, he's not really going to give us anything then.
Right. I'll get over there immediately.
Thank you, Louis. Now, once you've finished, come back and let me know your findings. I'll be waiting. And Louis, you've got permission to search through the guests' rooms. They've all been notified and they agree.
Ooh. Is there anything we can see in this room? Looks like he's working on another painting. Ah. Don't mind if I do.
The Nightmare painted by Fuseli in 1781.
Ooh, what is this? Another book. Leviathan. That's a pretty bird. Probably endangered, knowing Lord Mortimer. And a collectible coin. Oh, all full on Devil's Thorn. What does Devil's Thorn do again? Oh, I see, I see.
Your Eminence, I imagine that you've heard the news about Miss Adams.
What a tragedy, my son. How could such a thing have happened?
That's exactly what I'm trying to find out. Did you notice anything out of the ordinary last night?
I saw the young French soldier, Bonaparte, I believe, hanging around near Miss Adams' room. But I would not want to get an innocent man into trouble, Louis. It's probably nothing.
Do you know why he was
Not
around
to
the
worry,
room?
Your Eminence. If he is innocent, then he has nothing to fear. Do you know why Monsieur Bonaparte was hanging around her room like that?
Well, I wouldn't be surprised to learn that the dashing young soldier had become infatuated with a fragile young woman who looked a bit lost. But I don't think he got a very warm welcome.
Bonaparte and Adams? But they didn't even know each other, did they?
I couldn't say, Louis.
Do you know anything
if
else?
I were you, my son, I would talk to Monsieur Peru. You remember how violently he set upon Miss Adams.
Oh, don't worry. He's on the list of suspects.
And so are you. So I doubt there's anything in that little thing. No. Oh. Key with occult water symbol. Oh.
Dante's Purgatory. Why does your mind presume to flight when you're still like the imperfect grub, the worm before it's attained its final form? Charming.
I guess. It's just a hole in the ground? Yeah, it is. Cool. Any books to read? No. Any shinies? Oh, yes.
Which four-letter word could open this chest?
I am terrible at word scrambles. Uh-oh. Hold on, let me... Where's my pencil? Here it is. Let's write this down. Let's figure it out. Okay, the first letter can be A, C, Z, or E. The second letter can be R, B, E, or A. The third letter can be S, U, E, I. Fourth letter can be N, E, L, or S. Alright, well at least it gives us something to go off of. Oh, but I still suck at word scrambles. Okay. Most words start with consonants. So we'll go, and Z isn't very common. Oh, never mind. I know exactly what it is. Yeah. Amber fragments. And handwritten notes by Lord Mortimer. Where? Okay. So I just need to find 2 more of those to have the entire collection of handwritten notes. Oh yeah, this is down. I think we've pretty much gotten everything. Okay, so we can investigate everybody's room. So we should investigate Elizabeth Adams' room last. So I feel like after we do that, it'll like close off the rest of them. Monsieur Johann von Wollner. What? I can't search his room? I thought...
Monsieur Johann von Wollner.
I thought everybody said I could search the rooms. Oh! Johann von Wollner.
Good day, Monsieur de Richet.
Mr. Wollner, are you looking for anything in particular? Next to Elizabeth's room?
No, nothing special.
What are you doing in the corridor?
Lord Mortimer must have informed you of the necessity for everyone to remain in their rooms until further notice.
Certainly, but I'm a guest, not a prisoner. I was looking for a servant, since we don't all, unfortunately, have one at our disposal.
Yeah, right.
I shall leave you now, sir. I will return to my room.
I will accompany you. Whoa, that was weird. I don't want to search Elizabeth's room just yet. Oh, what's... He has a lot less paintings in his room, but they're all like...
The alchemist is a young man.
occulty. I can hardly imagine how much this stuff cost.
They say that if you drink this, it gives you a real boost.
Yes.
Signs of the zodiac.
I'm sorry if you can hear my dog barking. He likes to bark at the wind.
Chest locked with a 4-letter code.
Another
Surely
one.
a word close to the owner's heart.
Sorry. Alright. Let's see if we can figure it out, and then if we can't, we'll search around. And then if we still can't, we'll use our effort points. Okay. So, first letter can be I, Z, L, O. Second letter can be P, I, F, E. Third letter can be O, A, N, M. Fourth letter can be U, X, G, C. But he is German, so the word might be German. In which case I'm SOL. Because I know very few German words. I'm going to keep that handy. Oops. And see if there's anything around.
Golden elixir.
But it's... Oh, that was a waste.
A table of alchemical symbols. Someone circled the zinc symbol.
That's what it is. Really? That's the equivalent of leaving the password to your computer on a sticky note on the computer.
Close to the owner's heart.
Ooh, mysterious notes. I almost wish that I had more negative conditions so that I could actually use...
Sorrows of young Werther. There's a handwritten text signed by von Werner on this first page. Dear Elizabeth, I know that this book is but a small token compared to the delightful moments you gave me, but I hope that this will nonetheless keep the memory alive. Your ever-obedient servant.
Oh.
So, Werner had a relationship with Elizabeth, but that's hardly surprising given his fondness for the occult.
What was I saying? Well, let's change that. Yeah. And I did fix the hotkeys, so hopefully we shouldn't have any weird jumping screens.
The signs of obscurantism. A Byzant.
Gosh, I really ought to look up what country that currency is from. But, oh, there he is. I was about to say, where didn't he say he was coming to his room?
Amber.
Amber. I love the way he says it.
The alchemist is an old man.
He looks exactly the same. See, he has a bathtub in his room. Oh, another coin. Wow, what a large bed.
What
Let us
can I do for
continue
you?
our conversation.
Monsieur, Lord Mortimer has appointed me to investigate the tragedy that befell us last night.
Oh, yes. It's horrible. Yes. How can I help, monsieur?
Let's start with the easy stuff.
Where were you last night?
In my room. I read a few ancient manuscripts before going to bed. But I didn't stay up long. I was tired.
Thank you kindly.
Alright, let's get right into it then.
Excuse me for asking, but did you know Miss Adams?
Oh, she... not really, to tell the truth.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I found the Werther dedication, signed by your hand, monsieur. Would you like to change your version now?
Be careful, de Richet. Don't push your luck. My relationship with Miss Adams was pure, and has nothing to do with you. Well, continue playing the detective as you see fit. But if I find the bastard who did that to Elizabeth, I will...
Yes! I would have preferred a simple response, but I see I have my answer now.
Ooh. Was your relationship over? How long did it last?
Exactly how long had you been seeing her?
I have no reason to answer you.
I see. Is that what you want me to tell Lord Mortimer when he asks what I found out?
It's only been a few weeks.
Ooh, this would be a perfect time to use our... Or not?
I get the impression that your romance was over. Am I right?
So? What does it matter to you? I would never have attacked her, if that's what you're insinuating.
Who put an end to the relationship? You or her?
It was her. It was her. But what does that matter? We both agreed.
I mean, may as well ask all of the ones that are free, right?
Please, tell me a little more about the nature of your relationship.
That is a personal matter, monsieur.
Yes, that is true. So, tell me.
All right. It was passion. That's why we couldn't stay together. It scared her.
And this one would cost 1. Ah, heck, why
You loved
not?
her, didn't you?
That is none of your damn business.
Your feelings betray you, sir.
So what? Yes, I loved her, like a moth loves the flame of a candle. That's why we could never be together.
Is that really it?
We finished. I'll have a look around and then take my leave.
Do whatever you have to do.
Well, alright, I'm not satisfied, but... Oh. Can we go... outside? No. That's alright. So that way is Miss Adams' room, right? So let's go... Oh no, that way is Miss Adams' room. So let's go this way. Was that book there before? Yeah, it was. Downstairs. That was a weird lighting little flicker. Monsieur Jacques Poirot.
What do you want from me, de Richet?
Greetings. It's fallen to me
Cut
that...
the crap! Get to the point. We both know why you're here.
Did you
And
kill
have you
Elizabeth
got
Adams?
anything to tell me?
What does it matter? It's too late anyway. Do what you have to do and get out.
It's never too late, sir. If you have something to say, now is the time.
You
Oh.
don't understand. Everything's already written. It's over.
Why is he behaving like the perfect culprit? What is it that's already written? I'm not sure I follow you.
No, you don't.
Okay, let's search around and...
The Massacre of the Innocents by Rubens.
Oh god,
A bit
or at least...
gloomy. Guess my room is not that bad.
I know, I was about to say, at least we're not the only one with not super happy paintings in our room. Yes.
Honey.
But I can't use... Okay, well, we can't forget that. That's there.
A pattern with 4 circles.
Dang, I'm super glad we leveled up all those things. What is that huge bottle?
Dear Monsieur Peru, I'm writing to thank you for the funds you sent. These funds will be crucial for the renovation of the western wing of the orphanage. The children you sent are doing marvelously well, and little Pierre will soon be walking. Some of them still sometimes suffer nightmares about their parents on the scaffold, but I expect they will cease in due course. Should you decide to send us more, please note that another 20 beds will soon be ready. The children and myself will never thank you enough. Long live the Republic. Long live France.
Huh.
Sister Marie-Hélène.
So he helped...
I've retrieved everything.
Oh. So he helped build the orphanage
Right.
as well.
I've retrieved everything.
Devil's Thorn. Carmelite water. What? Oh, that's it? I think we're pretty... Yeah, we're full up on everything. We need to start using some of those items, I guess. I can't look at the thing in the
The
fire.
Massacre of the Innocents, but by Van Harlem. I think that Mortimer likes to play mind games with his guests.
Gross. You're not going to read this one to us? Alright. I don't know if we shall meet again. At this point in time, I am a prisoner, snared by my own decision. You must be protected. My future is lost without you. You can still be saved. No matter how much bitterness you hold against me, you must know that I made a pact with the devil who I thought I could master. I thought I knew the monsters, but what I did for France is nothing compared to what they are capable of doing. Now I can't see my way out. The jaws are closing upon me. I love you now and forever. Who was you writing to? Nope, can't go outside his room either. I looked at that. It has the royal jelly in it. We can't forget. Maybe I do have a bath in my room. I just didn't look close enough. Ooh, I like the bed. It's so blue.
Records of the police. Notes intended for the police lieutenant of Paris. It's a list of people under surveillance in Paris. And there's some well-known names on it. This is valuable information. This shouldn't be lying around.
Is there just one more thing?
Dear friend, please come and join us. We must meet about the ongoing operations in Paris. A boat will be waiting for you in Calais and will take you to Dover in England. From there, a carriage will take you to the port of Tintagel, where a frigate will be waiting for you and other guests, so you can meet up with me on my island as quickly as possible. I await your arrival. Lord William Mortimer.
Oh, so that's his invitation. Is that really all there is in this room? Should we have searched Elizabeth's room first to see, like... Well, I guess we'll find out.
All right. Have you finished?
Not quite. I'd like you to answer a few questions.
Let's start with this.
I'd like to talk about the letter you're writing. What woman is it addressed to?
Who says it's a woman? I'm not saying any more. There's no point you insisting.
I'm not done.
All right. Have you finished?
Not quite. I'd like you to answer a few questions.
Should I just come out and ask him? Did you
Let's
kill
get right
Elizabeth
to it.
Adams?
Are you Elizabeth Adams' murderer?
That is for you to prove, if I'm not mistaken, boy. You weren't expecting me to do all the legwork for you, were you? Lazy man.
Alright, let's do that.
2 days ago, I surprised you having a go at Miss Adams. What happened? Did you want to give her another beating? She wouldn't let you push her around again, huh?
Shut up, you little shit! You have no idea what happened, and here you are, carping away. You think you're Investigator of the Year. Have you taken a look at yourself, Deriche?
Didn't you get enough beating her black and blue the last time?
I did not!
Oh.
Go on. Keep going.
Finish what you came to do, then get out of my room.
Dang it.
Goodbye, sir. We shall meet again.
Probably.
Take that, and then we can take this.
Great, honey.
Yes, perfect. Alright, cool. Let's move on. Keep going this way. I think. Yeah. Monsieur Napoleon Bonaparte. Wow. This is quite a room. Oh, hello, Napoleon. I'm not ready to talk to you just yet. Haven't we explored his room before?
Bicorn decorated with a cockade, my dearest son. I'm writing to...
Hmm? Well, we're full on... Nah, we'll leave everything. I feel like we definitely searched his room before. I just want to make sure there's nothing different.
There's one holster in Bonaparte's gear, and the pistol is missing. On the other hand, his cleaning equipment is in mint condition. That's typical of the soldier in him.
My dear Napoleon, as previously agreed, I would like to ask you...
Yeah, I've read that. We've looked at that painting. He doesn't have a bath in his room. Oh. A chess piece, the horse. Is this where they were playing chess? Didn't he throw that into the fire? Interesting. Alright, let's talk to Napoleon. Whoa.
Monsieur de Richet, please be quick. We are both very busy.
Did you hear about young Elizabeth?
Indeed, it is deeply regrettable.
Lord Mortimer asked me to...
I know. You no doubt want to know my alibi. I spent the night downstairs playing cards.
Will Sam be with you?
Can you tell me who was present at the game, please?
Well, there were Lord Mortimer, President Washington, and Sir Gregory.
Thank you.
Ah, and His Eminence Piaget as well. Excuse me, I nearly forgot him. Poor soul.
Did anyone leave early?
Did you leave during the game?
Not that I know of, monsieur. I didn't exactly spend my time noting the other guests' comings and goings, but I don't think so.
Thank you.
That was a very deep thank you. Thank you.
Did you notice anything unusual during the evening?
Nothing at all, except the luck of the devil of Lord Mortimer and Sir Gregory at cards.
Did they win much?
Oh la la, monsieur, they cleaned us out more like. But I plan on getting it all back before we leave.
Good luck with that.
What time did the game end?
I can't say exactly. As for me, I must have stayed until midnight.
That's what
I
Mortimer
was
said.
exhausted, couldn't think straight. So I preferred to go up to bed.
On your way up to bed, did you notice anything out of the ordinary?
No, not in the least. The whole manor was sound asleep.
Not really. No. Someone saw you not far from the victim's room. Can you tell me what you were doing exactly, please?
I can tell you that someone is an idiot. I wanted to warn her to be careful. You see, on the night of my arrival, I saw someone leaving her room in haste, and I wanted to speak to her, to warn her. Unfortunately, the young lady slipped through my fingers each time. Now I know why. She had every reason to be worried. What an idiot I was not to insist. I could have helped her.
He seems... Oh, I was just about to say, he seems sincere.
I've been studying him for a while now, and I don't think he was lying. Yet, I'm surprised how easy it was for me to read him. It must surely be his military side.
Or it's what
I wish
he
they'd
wants
all
us
be
to
like
see.
that. My investigation would be finished already.
Alright.
Well,
Hey,
have we
Miranda.
finished, monsieur?
Exactly. Thanks again for all your answers. Good day.
Mortimer has tasked us with investigating Elizabeth's murder. So right now I'm just going around exploring everybody's rooms, talking to them, all that jazz. Wow, her room is fancy.
King George III in coronation robes. Nice touch for the room of an English duchess. Tending children at the orphanage in Harlem. I find it a little hard to understand this painting choice.
I find it hard to understand all of his painting choices.
Dear E, I received your last letter. Unfortunately, the Crown informed the Golden Order that our mission should under no circumstances hamper Sir Gregory's plans. Decidedly, they have support from the highest level in Buckingham Palace. So here we both are, hands and feet tied, and little room to maneuver. Keep me abreast of events. Our mission is becoming more complicated. Yours, E. T.S. The French chapter of the Order doesn't appear to know anything about the arrival of our friend Sarah. I therefore cannot comment on it. However, my guess is that she has come here for personal reasons.
This is her sister writing to her for when the other sister comes. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh.
Grammar of Port-Royal. Ah, the artistry of the French language and all its splendor. Whoever masters French commands the world. At least une partie of it.
It is a pretty beautiful language.
The Lady's Waldegrave by Reynolds. Painted upon the request of the Waldegrave family in an effort to find them a husband. Displayed like meat. It's disgusting.
Well, not exactly my first thought, but yeah, I guess that works.
A letter from William Pitt the Younger, addressed to Emily. He's the present Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Emily has indeed some powerful backers. Madam, thank you for consoling the Queen. The King's situation is worsening, but I wager he'll recover from this present fit. Next time you speak with Her Majesty the Queen, would you please be so kind as to ask her to look into my petition to raise taxes with the King? I will personally see to it that our nation will recover from this impasse. But King George's mental situation is slowing down our decision-taking. Thank you in advance for all your help. William Pitt, Prime Minister of the United Kingdom of Great Britain.
Duchess, you can inform King George of the Holy Father's backing. We shall assist you We shall assist you with the financing, the recruitment of regiments of emigrant royalists to fight against France. Your friend, His Eminence Giuseppe Piaggi. Feels like I should be able to do something with that.
2 coils circle the lock.
Oh, that was fast.
Dear Gregory, thank you for the information. I've managed to find out about the names you gave me. George Washington is a man you can trust. In spite of his obvious talent for politics, he has remained upright and honest. On the other hand, as you may well know, he is already doing business with Lord Mortimer. It will be more difficult to approach him. Napoleon Bonaparte was unknown to me until today. He's a passionate young French soldier for whom Mortimer predicts a promising future. Take heed. He is a man of conviction, which to my mind makes him potentially dangerous. As for Sarah de Richet, what more is there to say? You already know each other. She was apparently invited by Lord Mortimer about an ongoing matter in Paris that concerns a receiver in stolen art. See you soon. Duchess Emily Hillsborough.
I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later.
Oh, well, apparently in our next conversation we'll have to use Carmelite water.
Queen Charlotte. All the royal family of England is there from what I can tell. A letter from William Pitt the Elder addressed to Emily. He was the English Prime Minister. This letter dates from 15 years ago now.
Wow.
Madam, I shall never thank you enough for all your care and attention. I shall be indebted to you until my last breath. If you have any request of me, you only need ask. With regards to my son William, I shall never thank you enough for looking after him. You know the latter's preferences, and you will understand he needs you desperately. For that, and as agreed with Queen Charlotte, our friend Duke Hillsborough will carry out his task and meet with you within 6 months. From then on, you'll be free from want. Yours sincerely, William Pitt, Count of Chatham.
Interesting.
A devil's thorn, to be used to uncover the best disguised traits.
I really need to start using some of these items, apparently.
What can I do for you, Louis?
I've come to see you about last night's tragedy. Did you hear anything about what happened to Elizabeth?
Yes, we all did. Rumors spread quickly, you know. How awful. I didn't know her well, but I hope at least the poor thing didn't suffer too much.
Emily. Why are they sorted by last names? Hillsborough. Oh. Well then, which one does... Let's do the Devil's Thorn. Oh, so she is vulnerable, so don't worry.
Death came quickly. You can be assured of that.
If such a senseless act can happen here, then none of us is truly safe anywhere. Lord Mortimer must be mortified that one of his guests could have committed such an act, don't you think?
He is indeed very upset about it. It's only natural after such a violent murder.
Violent? What do you mean?
Elizabeth was stabbed 9 times.
Oh my God, Louis. How awful. The
Yes,
murderer must
yes.
have had a serious grudge against her to set upon her like that. It must have been a crime of passion.
Perhaps.
Do you know what happened exactly?
In fact, Lord Mortimer has asked me to look into this case, Emily.
Really? Are you Lord Mortimer's snoop now?
I'm doing it for Elizabeth, not to please Mortimer.
Good for you. Quite right, too. Have you found out anything?
So as far as I can gather, we were accused of murder during the end of the last episode. And then the beginning of this episode was just us in Mortimer's office explaining ourselves, like what happened that night. And then he was like, oh, very good. Go ahead and investigate the murder.
I'm now interviewing all the guests to establish the alibis for each person. Just so that I can cross you off the list of suspects, can you tell me what you were doing on the night of the murder?
Am I given to understand that I'm on the list of suspects?
Everyone is.
Don't take it the wrong way, but I must consider every possibility.
Well, if you absolutely wanted to be sure of my activities that evening, you only had to join me.
I wish I had.
I know, Emily. Especially since I couldn't prevent the murder, even though I spent part of the evening with Elizabeth.
You're sure it's not too hard to bear for you?
The fact is, I don't have a choice. But I will find the murderer. I owe Elizabeth that, at least.
I feel like we don't really owe her anything. Which was kind of a pain in the ass.
Did you and Elizabeth get to know each other?
I must admit, Louis, I didn't take much interest in her. I feel a bit guilty about it, but I never actually spoke to her. She seemed burdened by her problems, and as she wasn't invited to the conference, I didn't really seek her out.
Well, we can't ask her that, so...
I won't keep you, Emily. Thank you for answering my questions.
See you, Louis.
Ooh, what's this? Oh wait, there was... Devil's Thorns somewhere, right? Over here, right?
A devil's thorn.
Yeah.
Used to uncover the best disguised traits.
Alright, then I think... Oh, we've got George Washington and then Piaggi. Oh, I totally forgot about... Oh, he's... Dude, this is the guy that we saw the letter to.
Manuel Godoy.
Ooh. That's us. So Piaggi's room, yeah. Oh, he's upstairs, that's right. We can't search his room? Maybe we can get in through the outside? Well, let us do that. Nope, we can't even go through our room. So then I guess just George Washington, who we know for sure knows, whoops. Guess we can't go in that way. Knows Elizabeth Adams. Wow. Let's get snooping. Another book. Pretty sure we're full on everything.
Map of Vermont.
Weird.
A map of Massachusetts.
So, he put George Washington in the American room. Gross. Not gonna talk to him yet. See what's on his desk.
My dear George, I'd like to invite you to join me as planned at my place. I have a project to share you. It is time that the United States played a more important role on the world stage. I understand your reluctance of playing with fire. I know your new country is very young, but rest assured that I would do nothing to jeopardize what we have built together. I look forward to seeing you soon. Your friend, William.
That's his invitation. Okay.
It looks like a note between Emily and Washington about trade deals.
Oh no, I can't read it.
A map of Connecticut.
Are all 13 colonies going to be in here?
Carmelite water. They say that if you drink this, it gives you a real boost.
Gosh, we really need to start using our items. I wish you could hold more of them. But I can understand why they wouldn't want you to. Yeah, I figured we can't go outside. Is that really all there is in here?
Portrait of George Washington.
I guess he frequents this house.
Greetings, Louis.
Mr. President, you can guess why I'm here.
Of course.
Lord Mortimer has sent me to ask you a few questions about last night.
It's... How am I going to tell Elizabeth's father that she's dead?
I know, Mr. President. I shall endeavor to find out the truth about this tragedy. I must ask you to help me, though. Please.
Find the degenerate pig who did this, Louis.
Trying. Have you spoken to her?
Tell me, Mr. President, had you spoken to Elizabeth since your arrival? You know her father. You thought she was dead.
No, I didn't. And I believe I'll be taking my remorse with me to my grave. I wanted to, but I didn't know where to begin.
You can't blame yourself. You couldn't have known that her days were numbered.
You look like you're
Are
grieving.
you all right, Mr. President? Are you feeling all right?
Oh, don't worry. It's this rotten toothache. What do you expect? I'm no spring chicken now.
What's your alibi?
I'm talking to all the guests to find out who has an alibi and, well, who doesn't, Mr. President. Can you tell me what you were doing last night so that I can strike your name off the list?
I spent the night right here, reading.
All night?
Exactly.
Thought you were playing
Emily
cards.
stopped by in the middle of the night. You can ask her. She wanted to talk about some business we have in common.
Anything whatsoever to do with Elizabeth?
Not at all, Louis. A business matter.
Do you know if she had any
Do you
enemies?
know if she had any enemies, Mr. President?
Not that I know of. I heard about her altercation with Mr. Peru, but that case was closed if I'm not mistaken. But if in doubt, I wouldn't leave any door unopened. And I'd go and question your fellow countrymen.
Already
Or
done.
Countryman or not, I'm not letting anybody slip through the cracks. Do you know why she came to the island?
To get help, if I'm not mistaken. Isn't that right?
Indeed. Sir Gregory suggested to her father that he introduce her to Lord Mortimer to see if he could help her.
Ugh.
Yes, Lord Mortimer has a talent for healing, apparently. I'm not surprised Sir Gregory advised her to come.
Agreed.
Apparently we need to invest in logic next time.
I shan't keep you any longer, Mr. President.
Feel free, Louis. If there's anything I can do, just ask.
Thank you, Mr. President.
I'm gonna snatch this royal jelly you've got over here.
Honey, I couldn't have hoped for better.
And then I guess the only thing left to do is investigate Elizabeth's room. See, now that's interesting because didn't Bonaparte say that he was playing cards with George Washington until midnight? And Mortimer said that too. I wonder if we can ask Emily if she indeed went to George Washington's room. I guess we don't get to see her body? Oh, never mind. You startled me.
Has Sam finished with this room?
Do you know who could have made such a mess of this room?
Miss Adams, sir. We were given orders to leave the room as it was, so as not to rush her.
Did she have a fight with someone to get the room into this state?
Not that I know of, sir. Miss Adams would sometimes throw a tantrum, during which she would destroy anything that came to hand. Lord Mortimer told us not to enter the room.
Thanks for that information.
You are welcome, sir. Has Sir finished with this room?
No, I just
I
started.
haven't gone over everything yet.
Sir may take his time. When Sir would like to leave, Sir has only to tell me.
My dear Elizabeth, I'm writing to inform you of some unfortunate...
Okay, we already read that.
Clock stopped at 3:54. If it was smashed during the murder, then I've just established the time of the crime.
Well, at 3:54 in the morning, nobody has an alibi.
Pentagram? What the hell's been going on here? Contrary to what most people believe, a pentagram's not there to conjure up, I don't know what evil or demonic creature. With the point toward the top, the pentagram is an ancient symbol of protection against evil.
Gosh, we're really suffering because we didn't invest in logic.
Many esoteric rituals are based on this shape. Could Elizabeth have been sacrificed during an occult ritual?
More
The
scraping.
talisman that I gave back to Elizabeth. I can't exactly say it brought her good luck.
We're not gonna take it?
Huh. The talisman that I gave back to Elizabeth. I can't exactly say it brought her good luck.
I feel like we should take that.
A notebook written in Elizabeth's handwriting. It is written in a mix of several languages.
Dang it.
Easy to work out. It's medieval Latin. Well, enough to translate a bit. He's coming. The demon is upon me. He's coming back to kill me. There she is. Death has come to finish me off. I've just run into her son. That was her last entry. What tortured writing.
Neat handwriting, though.
A novel of the initiation of a young woman into polite society.
She's immune to psychology.
June 11th.
But she's dead, isn't she?
1991. My dear Elizabeth.
We read that.
August 24th.
We read that.
Piece of fabric. High quality at that. I'd say it's silk. Going by the texture and the gray hue, it must come from a dress, that kind that women of quality wear.
Ooh, I'm glad we invested in etiquette.
It's a travel dress. The silk has been lightly waxed to protect it from bad weather.
That's smart.
I know the very woman who came up with the idea, given all the traveling she does. My mother. God help us.
Dun dun dun.
Why did she come here in the first place? The material appears to have undergone abnormal wear and tear. She must have been scouring the countryside, and that doesn't look good.
Uh-oh. But then I can just use... Yeah. Oh, perfect.
Vials of laudanum. Large quantities could knock out a bull. Could Elizabeth have been drugged?
Probably.
Body wounds are anything to go by, then clearly not. She put up a fierce fight. The label shows that this laudanum comes straight from America. I wonder if Washington's involved.
Very interesting.
blood spatter indicates that the murderer must have held Elizabeth upright during the attack. Even if Elizabeth wasn't very big, I doubt she wouldn't have put up a struggle. It takes tremendous strength to overpower someone like that.
Alright, let's investigate the body.
The blade is short and thin. Well sharpened, apparently. It's covered in blood. Still fresh. The lower part of the handle is unsullied by blood. The murderer gripped the weapon so tight that there's no blood where he held it. The handprint indicates a small and slender hand.
Again, we don't have enough knowledge.
Knocked over bottle of wine. Same thing Elizabeth served me last night. Still just as disgusting. I don't know what's happened to this wine, but it's undrinkable. Knocked over bottle of wine.
Let's investigate. Analyze, I mean.
You know that smell. It's laudanum. It must have been mixed with the wine directly in the bottle.
That's what was making us feel all funny last night.
Poor girl bled to death. Whoever left that footprint has boats for feet. That's at least a size 15. Where's
Weird.
a size like that here? Peru? Washington, maybe.
But who has small, slender hands and wears a female's garb? I'm thankful that dress is covering her nipples, although just barely. Alright, let's see.
There are numerous marks on the body. She must have fought like a lion. It couldn't have happened without a lot of noise. There are also a number of old scars.
That looks like self-harm.
People who scar themselves in this way generally do so to relieve some kind of psychological suffering. By trying to master the pain, they establish their self-control. Scars are superficial and were made several years ago. She wasn't trying to take her own life. Scarring, ugh. Scarring isn't very regular, but they're mostly from old cuts.
Ooh.
She had the Sigillum de Ameth tattooed on her, the symbol of the living God, written in the language of angels, according to believers. It is rare for someone to know about symbols like this at her age, unless her mother was a tutor. Symbol of the Masons? What's that doing here?
And we can't translate the texts. Dang it. Well, let's do hands.
Wounds, but blood on the right hand. Nothing on the left except that tattooed symbol.
Examine the symbol.
This pinnacle's a trap. The wearers of the pinnacle thought that they were protected from evil by surrounding it inside the different circles of the pinnacle. No marks or bruising around the wrists. It doesn't look like she was tied up or held by force.
Well, the laudanum probably made her just drowsy enough for whoever it was to be able to overpower her.
I count no fewer than 9 wounds on the thorax, with a lot of blood. On first sight, I'd say that's what caused her death.
Ooh.
The wounds are clean and look like they've been inflicted by a sharp object. Some of the lacerations have damaged vital organs, the heart, the right lung, which is perforated.
All at the same
Most of
angle.
them weren't given with much force. She might even have survived. But the stab in the heart, though not all that deep, sealed her fate. It looks as though the wounds were inflicted from a precise angle, as if the murderer was standing behind Elizabeth. Some of these tattoos are veritable works of... What's that? The skin between her breasts is different. Bloody hell! This tattoo was drawn on a page of leather and stitched onto her skin.
Ugh.
Probably during childhood. If the scars are anything to go by. It's the same kind of tattoo as on the rest of her body.
That was probably his mother then. Trying to seal away whatever evil she thought was in her.
I see no sign of bruising on the skull. The only clue is a scar from a previous craniectomy. Poor Elizabeth, she must have been very young when she went through all that. That's torture. She also has old scars around the neck, maybe mutilations. She bled from the nose.
Well, okay. Thank you, Captain Obvious.
There's signs of bleeding, but I don't see any traces of bruising. There's signs of bleeding, but I don't see any traces of bruising.
Well, I'm glad that didn't cost me anything.
What a strange smell.
Ugh, he smelled it?
Her breath smells of alcohol and of laudanum. People use it to relieve pain.
Alright, well, that should be about it, right? Oh, the legs. Was that an option before?
No trace of blows on the legs.
Ugh.
Let's see. No trace of sexual assault or rape.
Thank God.
More tattoos, similar to those on the rest of her body.
Has Sir finished with this room?
I know enough now.
I
Thank you.
guess.
Very well, sir. Sir may return whenever need be. I shall guard the door.
Alright. Now what should we do? I guess ask Emily if George Washington actually was with her? Oh, that's the Cardinal. That's us. Did I miss her room? Or was it this way? No, that's Manuel de Godoy. Emily, here we go.
What can I do for you, Louis?
I'm now interviewing all the guests to establish the alibis for each person. Just so that I can cross you off the list of suspects, can you tell me what you were doing on the night of the murder?
Am I given to understand that I'm on the list of suspects?
Don't take it the wrong way, but I must consider every possibility.
Well, if you absolutely wanted to be sure of my activities that evening, you only had to join me, you know.
I know, Emily. Especially since I couldn't prevent the murder, even though I spent...
I've already heard this.
You're sure it's not too hard to bear for you?
The fact is, I don't have a choice. But I will find the murderer. I owe Elizabeth that, at least.
She totally dodged the question.
We found the murder weapon.
What is it?
A dagger, quite slim.
Have you found its owner?
Not yet. Still searching as it happens. That said, since the blade penetrated the body several times, the murderer's hand will have been covered in blood.
You think that's a clue?
The handprint was a very slender hand, Emily. Probably that of a woman.
Do you realize what that means? There are only 3 of us on the island. Bearing in mind that neither my sister nor myself had any reason to set upon the young lady, that means...
I know, Emily. I know.
Keep up your courage, Louis. I'm sure there's an explanation. You're bound to shed some light on it all.
If what you say is true, Emily, I'm less and less enthusiastic about shedding any light on the subject.
That was weird. The subtitles just stopped.
I found a torn piece of dress in Miss Adams' room. Gray silk.
Where's it from?
That's what I'm trying to find out. The color doesn't match any of Elizabeth's dresses, but I might not have found all of her clothes yet.
Good Lord, Louis, Do you realize what this means? If this piece of dress isn't from Elizabeth, then it's... I don't have any grey silk dresses, Louis. Neither does my sister, since we wear the same clothes.
Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to check with you.
I'm so sorry, Louis.
Thank you.
Are you all right? You know, I'm sure there's a good reason why your mother was at the scene.
Thank you, Emily.
Okay, I think that's pretty much
Thank you for answering my questions.
See you, Louis.
it. Should we... Let's talk to George Washington one more time and see... I don't know if I want to disclose the other stuff about my mother to everyone else. My room, Piaget's room. George Washington.
Greetings, Louis.
Oh, we can ask him.
Were you aware that Elizabeth took laudanum?
Yes, she came to ask me for some. She had finished her reserve, I believe.
Do you know why?
Did she tell you why she was so desperate to get some, Mr. President?
She said she had terrible migraines that wouldn't go away.
More likely for the voices she heard, not the migraines.
Footprint.
Mr. President, we found a footprint at the scene of the crime.
Not a dress shoe, I hope. That's all I wear.
No, rest assured. It looks like the print of a big ankle boot. A large size, I'd say.
Perfect. That should help you, Louis. It's a clue.
Okay, so maybe we should talk to everybody else about... Oops. About the other clues. And then I imagine to end the quest, we just take all of our information up to, Mortimer. Is that his name? Oh. Don't need to be in here again. This is Johann de Volner. Von Volner.
How can I help, monsieur?
Oh man.
We finished. I'll have a look around and then take my leave.
Do whatever you have to do.
Dang it, diversion and logic. The two things that we apparently needed for this mission. Or quest or whatever. That's upstairs. I think we still have to talk to Napoleon. Oh yeah, and Peru.
All right. Have you finished?
Not quite. I'd like you to answer a few questions.
Doo-doo-doo.
I know you were at the scene. We will save a lot of time if you just tell me
Oh,
what happened.
that's not what I had in mind.
No, nothing at all.
Enlighten me then. For now, I have your footprint in a pool of blood.
That's right. The only thing you can prove is one of my boots was at the scene. Congratulations. You've wrapped up the investigation.
Weren't a pair of his boots laying around over here? Alright, now all we have to do is ask Napoleon.
Monsieur de Richet, please be quick. We are both very busy.
What are you? You're just sitting there staring. And nothing new to ask him.
Finish, monsieur.
Exactly. Thanks again for all your answers. Good day.
Alright then, I guess we're done. I think we've pretty much gotten everything, and I don't think there's be a reason to go downstairs. I doubt it would let us anyways. Oh, but we can talk to the Cardinal one last time.
What a tragedy, my son. How could such a thing have happened?
That's exactly what I'm trying to find out. Did you notice anything out of the ordinary last night?
I saw the young French soldier, Bonaparte, I believe, hanging around near Miss Adams' room. But I would not want to get an innocent man into trouble, Louis. It's probably nothing.
I know, it's always the butler, right? We already had this conversation, didn't we?
Not to worry, Your Eminence. If he
I don't think
is
they can
innocent,
skip
then
it, though.
He has nothing to fear. Do you know why Monsieur Bonaparte was hanging around her room like that?
Well, I wouldn't be surprised to learn that the dashing young soldier had become infatuated with a fragile young woman who looked a bit lost. But I don't think he got a very warm welcome.
Bonaparte and Adams? But they didn't even know each other, did they?
I couldn't say. But if I were you, my son, I would talk to Monsieur Peru. You remember how violently he set upon Miss Adams.
Oh, don't worry. He's on the list of suspects.
Aren't there multiple servants, though? And they all wear masks, right? If I can figure out where I'm going. Yeah, see? There's two more right here. Which one of them did?
Great. Honey.
All right.
I've come to speak about the findings of the investigation, my lord.
I'm listening, Louis.
All of them together. It was a conspiracy. They're tired of calling people sir. I have clues, but I prefer not to accuse anyone.
I'm sorry, my lord, but I don't have any evidence conclusive enough to allow me to name the culprit with certitude.
Really? I see. Well, that's your decision, Louis, and I accept it. Given the distinguished guests and the sensitive political issues involved at the conference, I trust you'll leave me to conclude the case in my own way. Right. It's time we spoke about your mother, Louis.
She does what often? She isn't missing, she's in hiding. Believe she's in hiding.
She seems to be making every effort to steer clear of your guests.
What do you mean?
For the past few weeks, my mother's been playing cat and mouse, if you will. I don't know why, but it wouldn't surprise me to learn that she's trying to avoid someone. The question is, who?
And in your opinion, would she be the cat or the mouse?
The cat, for sure. But should I tell him that?
Knowing my mother, she would be the cat.
That doesn't make me feel any better, Louis.
What was the official reason why my mother came to your island?
I knew about your mother's activities, and yours, in the Golden Order. I thought we had everything to gain by working together.
You mean the cannon deal with Monsieur Bonaparte?
Among others, yes. How did you hear about that?
Monsieur Bonaparte came to speak to me about it yesterday, during lunch.
I see. So impetuous. He was supposed to let me speak to you about it first. Our friend Napoleon desperately needed financial backing to properly equip his army. I took it upon myself to back him because I have a firm conviction that he can go far.
We shall see. However, there's one thing that surprises me.
Man, why'd you have to bring up egg rolls? I have been craving pot stickers all week, and I've been doing my best not to order Chinese food. But you had to remind me. Okay, what's going on?
Did my mother intend to finance a war? I'm not sure that I follow.
No, your mother's aim was not so much to partake in a war, but rather to make Monsieur Bonaparte accountable. France is in turmoil, and having the support of a military man can often come in handy to me. You'll see. Once this deal was closed, I had big plans for Sarah.
Such as what?
You see, I've invited several influential figures on my island to present them with a project at the conference. It will be presented later today. I thought that the Golden Order had a role to play. And I still think so. I was hoping Sarah would be able to join us.
I see.
Indeed, if by chance your mother decided not to return to us before the conference, would you do me the great honor of attending? If only to follow the deliberations while waiting for her to duly take her seat.
Why not? We shall see.
Ah, thank you so much. In this way, you'll be able to keep your mother informed of what is said. There's something else I'd like to briefly go over. Earlier, you asked me the official reason for your mother's presence here. Is there an off-the-record reason why your mother came here?
I have no idea.
If only my mother trusted me, but she remained very mysterious. I'd have been delighted to answer your question.
Is this usual for her?
As head of the Order, secrets are her bread and butter, as you can imagine. That said, it's the first time she hasn't let me in on the reason for her trip.
That was weird.
And
Sorry about that.
It intrigues me, to tell you the truth.
Well, I am sure that Sarah will explain everything once she reappears. There's something I still don't get. In your opinion, why would your mother remain in hiding over several weeks?
Haha, give her a hand. You're funny. But you're not supposed to encourage me to eat unhealthily. I'm trying to eat healthy. Chinese food is the opposite of healthy. Maybe she's lost her mind.
Maybe she found something out.
What do you mean?
My mother has a gift for investigating.
I don't know if we should be telling you
If
this.
she had picked up a lead, nothing would have stopped her.
The only thing I can tell you is that Sarah had indeed changed. At the beginning of her stay here, we enjoyed spending time together, solving the world's problems.
You seem to know my mother very well, my lord. What did you talk about together?
Oh, as soon as we had a little free time, we liked to share points of view about practically any subject. We would find ourselves embarked on interminable discussions that could go from Monsieur Blanchard's flight in a hot air balloon to the Treaty of Jassy, or the adoption of the metric system in France last year, or even Mr. Eli Whitney's invention in the United States.
Ice cream. You guys are not helping me.
Ah, yes. His famous cotton gin. It was supposed to revolutionize cotton production in the United States.
It will revolutionize the world, Louis. The potential of this invention is much greater. Tomorrow, all industries will be switching to simple but large-scale production. Of that, I'm sure.
Tomorrow?
I'm
That's
surprised
specific.
she didn't get you started on the Crusades. It was her favorite subject.
Are you joking? Sarah and I spent entire days together reliving them. It so happens that the Crusades are also my subject of predilection, especially the third. My ancestor distinguished himself brilliantly during the siege of Saint-Jean d'Acre.
I know nothing of the Crusades. At least I know a little bit, apparently.
Mother lulled my childhood with tales of the Crusades. How Richard the Lionheart and Philip Augustus had to battle it out to achieve their ends. And how Guy de Lusignan, having broken his word, launched the siege of Saint-Jean d'Acre.
Oh, I see Sarah's lessons have inspired new enthusiasts. Good on you, because not everyone can claim they know as much at your age. Your mother is a very well-read woman. You're quite lucky to have her as a model, Louis.
Yes, I know, but I'm still very worried.
I must admit, there are worse things to worry about now, Louis.
What do you mean?
Since she disappeared, your mother has been seen once. Her behavior on the evening of your arrival greatly surprised Gregory and myself. She resurfaced to attack Emma, Emily Hillsborough's twin sister.
Oh, we saw that.
And she shot her with a pistol. Then, before Gregory could intervene, she ran off and disappeared again.
I beg your pardon? Hang on.
That means my vision on the wharf, it was actually happening inside the manor. Mother shot Emily's sister? The very person she came looking for? Why would she do that?
Excuse me, but between that and the childhood of Lady Adams, it's all a bit much for me to cope with. I need to piece it all together again to see things more clearly. You said that you spent a lot of time talking together at the beginning. What happened for that to change?
I'm afraid I haven't much to tell you. The more the days went by, the more she withdrew into herself. She never gave me an explanation until the day came when she purely and simply disappeared.
Where did she go when she wanted to be alone?
She would shut herself away in a room we use as a box room upstairs.
Would you allow me to go there?
Naturally, Louis, of course. I'll send you a servant to open it.
Thank you.
I don't know if I want to go with a servant.
The disappearance of your mother, Louis. I would like to have been more helpful.
I shall stay on her trail and follow up any leads.
Thank you. We will meet later on to welcome our last guest. In the meantime, I shall get someone to open the box room upstairs for you.
Thank you.
Okay. When he says box room, I'm literally picturing a room full of
Just opposite Mortimer's study.
empty cardboard boxes. What? Go to the tower room? It's not up here? Where is Mortimer's study? Ah. Why is this a box room?
There are burnt papers in the chimney. There's a legible fragment left. Hey, I recognize my mother's handwriting. She says we must find a safer way to communicate. Someone is onto us. Trust in my faith in the man with the sword. So Mother had an accomplice here. Who could it be? Who could she be suspicious of? I must find the next part. Faith, sword. I recognize her love of riddles there.
Yay, I love riddles.
Dante's Paradise. Raise your head and be reassured, for what comes up here from the mortar world must ripen in our rays.
To answer your question, full cardboard boxes would be fine too, but I don't see any boxes of any shape or size of any material here at all.
What is this disc?
Are you gonna pick it up?
Oh, that reminds me of the ones my mother collects. It's magnetic.
Strange. Oh, a lodestone. Interesting. That was weird. What's this? Carmelite water.
St. Paul on the road to Damascus by Caravaggio.
Oh, we're not smart enough.
Caravaggio attained a magnificent command of black and the play of colors too. Paul facing an ordeal, the curtains of his illusions being raised, and receives the light from his Savior.
Consult my notes. Oh. Trust in my faith, the man with the sword.
A fierce opponent of the first Christians, St. Paul is suddenly struck by the call of Jesus Christ and converts. It's
Just
the
like
best
that.
conversion in Christian history, which teaches us that even enemies of Christ can be saved, and even become his greatest apostles after finding faith. From what I can recall, the account of his conversion could be found in the epistles to the Galatians, the Philippians, the Corinthians, and the Acts of the Apostles.
Okay. A lot of faith in that one, but not any weapons that I could see, especially not a sword.
The door appears to be locked on the other side.
Of course. Let's open it. Uh-oh.
I think I heard something fall to the ground. A metallic sound, like a key falling to the floor.
Let's be smart about this and use the
See
disc.
if it works. It's open.
Well, thank you, Captain Obvious. Is this more jelly?
Honey, the remedy of the gods. St. Paul painted by Guido Reni. St. Paul is shown holding a sword.
Oh.
Strange. There's hardly any dust. As if the painting's been cleaned recently.
Is it hiding something?
There's a small inscription engraved on the frame. Let's take a closer look. This is how Paul spoke to his pilgrims from Rome. Just above that, someone's written down the figure 11 on the painting and underlined it twice.
Very
What's
important.
that mean?
Let's think about the secret code.
So we have the figure 11 twice underlined, and a story of a group of pilgrims who it looks like Paul is speaking to. Maybe it's a code. There must be a connection.
That's not how you spell connection.
Must be somewhere, and it must be associated with the figure 11. But what's the story with these pilgrims? I mean, a connection with the figure, maybe?
Inspect the painting.
St. Paul is shown holding a sword.
Well, we already did that.
There's hardly any dust.
Dang it.
These paintings have been cleaned recently. There's a small inscription engraved on the frame. Let's take a closer look. This is how Paul spoke to his pilgrims from Rome. Just above that, someone's written down the figure 11 on the painting and underlined it twice. No, what does that mean?
Alright. Let us continue to search. That's why I can't watch, like, I can, but it's harder for me to watch films with subtitles because even if they're speaking in English, all I focus on is the subtitles.
Amber.
Amber. I love the way he says that. We're full on Devil's Thorn.
Painting of St. Mark from the collection of the Apostles by Guido Reni.
Alright, I guess that's that.
Several portraits of apostles, all signed by Guido Reni. It looks like someone touched this commode recently. There are fingerprints on the sheets and in the dust.
Is that what a commode is? We're not going to investigate further? What did I just take? Oh, another book. Let's observe it first.
St. John, painted by Guido Reni.
Okay.
St. John is known as the youngest of Christ's apostles. Well, we often give credit to St. John for having written about the apocalypse in the last book of the Bible.
Let's take some royal jelly.
The New Testament.
Oh boy. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. So much. Oh my gosh, even more. Wait. Who was that saint? Oh, I think I know what's... Oops, stop
I
reading.
guess I'll just come back later.
Oops. Okay, doesn't matter.
A chest with the occult symbol representing air.
What? Right key, left key. Or do I think it'll be worth it? Ooh. Yeah. That was pretty much worth it. And then ta-da! Alright, just for completion's sake, let's look at this painting, but I'm pretty sure I know what we're gonna have to do now.
A drawing of the Apostle Matthew, painted by Guido Reni. He's represented as writing the word of the Lord, transmitted by the Holy Spirit, who appears here in the guise of an angel.
Alright. What's this guy's name?
St. Paul, painted by Guido Reni.
St. Paul. 11 underscored twice. According I'm honestly just looking for anywhere where there's an 11 and a 2. Because I don't know enough about the Bible to know. What? Oh, there's even more in these. Okay. Oh, could this be it?
I say then, have they stumbled that they should fall? God forbid, but rather through their fall, salvation is come unto the Gentiles, for to provoke them to jealousy. Oh, wait. A note from Mother is carefully folded between the pages here. What does it say? Dear E, I'm glad you found this note. I was afraid the code of the two groups of pilgrims would mislead you. Pick up the package. You know where, and hide it where no one will find it. It's imperative. Awaiting your reply, hidden behind the youngest apostle. What? The youngest apostle?
Oh, well, we already know
What
that.
does Mother mean by that?
That one right there. He doesn't have a beard.
The painting looks like it's been taken down recently. But wasn't my mother said that she would wait for an answer hidden behind the apostle? Ah, of course. There's something written behind the painting. On the second day, the pilgrims will listen to the prophecy of the young apostle. They shall add one companion to their left and 3 to their right to complete their rank. What does it mean? On the second day, the pilgrims listened to the prophecy of the young apostle. The prophecy of the young apostle. That was John. And the prophecy mentioned is most likely the book of Revelations according to St. John.
Okay. The Book of Revelations according to St. John. Oh, no, this one. The revelation of... Oh, there's a combination of... Gosh dang it. There's a combination of numbers that he's mentioned.
I guess I'll just come back later. On the second day, the pilgrims will listen to the prophecy of the young apostle. They shall add one companion to their left and 3 to their right to complete their rank. What does it mean?
Alright, 1 and 3. Hopefully that helps us. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Nope. I guess we could always cheese it and listen to all of them.
And I heard a voice in the midst of the 4 beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. And see thou hurt not the oil and the wine.
Nope.
This volume dates from the first edition by Gutenberg. It's the first book that was ever printed.
Wow.
The pages are covered in annotations in Latin, French, and Hebrew. Someone spent years studying this Bible.
Okay. Revelations of John. It was the Book of Revelations. John.
But He that hateth his brother is in darkness, and walketh in darkness, and knoweth not whither he goeth, because that darkness hath blinded his eyes.
Nope. This one has a 1 and a 3 in it. Verse 1,
Hereby
3.
know that we dwell
13,
in him,
sorry.
and he in us, because he hath given us of his Spirit.
Gosh, dang it. Did I miss something?
I guess I'll just come back later.
Oops.
St. John is the only apostle painted in this gallery who hasn't got a beard. Hey, wait! That means it's him.
Okay, that's
He's
what I
the
figured
youngest
that would
apostle.
lead to.
Right. This painting is therefore associated with the answer which E had to give to my mother. Now, I just need to know how to recover the answer. And
I
you
guess
know
we're listening
that
to
he was
all of the
manifested
verses of
to
the
take
Bible
away
today.
our sins, and in him is no sin.
Nope.
If we say that we have no sin, we deceive ourselves, and the truth is not in us. And the woman was given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness, into her place, where she is nourished for a time, and times and a half a time, from the face of the serpent. Hey, a note. It's been folded carefully in the corner of this page. The writing, it's not my mother's. S. I found the book in your effects. I've concealed it where no one can get their hands on it. I can assure you, awaiting your instructions, I will hear your reply like he who hears the angel. Hears the angel? What does that mean? Oh, it's probably the place where she was expecting to get the location of the next note.
Okay, so the book is what the mom wanted to have hidden, and that's what she killed Emma for? To keep the location of it hidden?
There's something else behind this painting. It says, half of each group will join the first city of Corinth. What the hell does that mean? Pilgrims, if I'm not mistaken, numbered respectively 12 and 14 in the last painting. With the simple operation suggested, that would mean that the new groups are 6 and 7.
Alright, I think that means Corinth, something with 6 and 7, right? Was it... Corinthians, where are they?
Now,
Haha.
therefore, there is utterly a fault among you, because ye go to law with one another. Why do ye not rather suffer injustice? Why do ye not rather suffer yourselves to be defrauded? Ah, look, here's a message. It is of paramount importance that no one finds it. Watch out for the Prussian. He's on the trail. Let's meet up. I'll leave it to you to organize the rendezvous. Not today. I'm unable to do it. In the meantime, I'll follow the first group to Mark, who will reveal the answer to them. Prussian? Volner? I must have a word with him. And that first group of pilgrims, how many are there now? If I refer to the chapter I'm reading at the moment, 6.
Is that... Oops, pressing the wrong buttons. Oops.
There's nothing worth noticing here.
Alright, well that's why. Okay, let's inspect the surroundings. Behind the painting?
It's too cumbersome for me to unhook here, but judging by the dust, it hasn't been moved for months, if not years.
Alright. Screw the candlestick?
Nothing of value here. Little characters are engraved on the chest of drawers under the urn. It's a sentence in Hebrew.
Interesting.
Choosing the Hebrew alphabet is no coincidence. It's got to be a reference to the Bible.
Okay. Too bad we don't have that translation skill, dang it. Okay, Hebrews. I guess I'll have to listen to all of them?
But
dang it.
that which beareth thorns and briars is rejected, and is nigh unto cursing, whose end is to be burned. Here's a message.
Ah, perfect.
There are some complications. Indeed, the Prussian is insistent. What's happening at your end? Do you need help? If tonight is not possible, let's see tomorrow evening, in the South Room, where we reviewed the situation. When Paul understood that only the axe counted, he went back on his tracks. I await your confirmation to his left, in the company of the pilgrims that have joined him. Yeah, this last comment is about their code. I should find new pilgrims near Paul.
Oh god. Which one was Paul?
St. Paul painted by Guido Reni.
Well, I'm not smart enough to sum up the information from the painting.
Of the 4 apostles shown in this piece, Paul is the only one who isn't an evangelist. He is the 13th apostle. St. Paul is shown holding a sword. Strange. There's hardly any
I've already
dust.
heard this.
The painting's been cleaned recently. There's a small inscription engraved on the frame. Let's take a closer look. This is how Paul spoke to his pilgrims from Rome. Just above that, someone's written down the figure 11 on the painting and underlined it twice. No, what is that?
To the left of Paul. Oops. So... Well, here. This is the left of Paul.
There are finger marks, deliberately drawn in the dust. 8 in all.
8 pilgrims. Okay. Okay. Think I got it. Nope. Maybe I don't got it.
Thou hast put all things under his feet, for in that he put all in subjection under him. He left nothing that is not put under him.
Nope, that wasn't it. Dang it. Okay.
And he became very hungry and would have eaten, but while they were made ready...
Oh, got another trait.
Hey, there's a note here. A message from Mother in reply to E.
Oh.
We must leave urgently, but first I absolutely must go beyond the nightmare. Watch out for Volner. He figured out I was avoiding him. Allay suspicion. See you tomorrow evening. Stand ready. For now, let's cease all communication until we meet. Take care of yourself. I suppose this must be the last message. What happened afterward? If it's what I suspect, I fear the worst. What did Mother mean by, I absolutely must go beyond the nightmare? I must go beyond the nightmare. What does she mean by that?
It's probably allegorical.
Guessing it's a metaphor. I need to figure out what this means. Mortimer's getting his guests together. I ought to join them so I don't look suspicious.
Fair enough. Alright. Well, it took a little bit of time, but I figured it out. I did not understand my mother's message. It was literal? Dang it. I'm not gonna get to level 7. Dang it. Uh-oh. That can't be good. Oh, it's just for completing the last one. Okay, let's see. What should we read? Talents, character. I know we didn't get to unlock anything. Let's see. What could we... Diversion might be good. I mean, we've not... Yeah, let's see if there's anything. No, there's nothing for diversion. Oh, there is one. Cool. Alright. Man, I'm so sad we didn't get to upgrade any of our things.
It's time I went back and joined everyone in the small salon.
What do you have to say for yourself?
You are expected in the small salon, sir.
I blame you! You are the reason I did not level up. Hope I'm going the right way.
Emily, I must speak to you.
What's the matter, Louis?
I have news about your sister.
What have you found out?
Look,
She's
I started
dead.
piecing together the events leading up to my mother's disappearance and your sister's. Did my mother know about your secret?
Yes, even though I belong to the English chapter, her rank in the Order gives her access to a good deal of personal information.
It must have been Emma I saw in my vision. I was given to understand that my mother and your sister bonded during their stay.
Oh.
I've got a question that might seem a little bit strange.
I'm listening.
If I said go beyond the nightmare, would that ring any bells?
No, means nothing to me.
Sure.
Do you mean literally or figuratively speaking?
Literally.
There might be a place, I don't know where, but it's a lead.
You ought to ask His Eminence. He knows the house and its estate very well, being a frequent visitor here.
Thanks for the advice. Should I speak to her about my vision? If what I saw is true, she might want to take revenge.
But sending her on the trail of my mother might in turn help me find her faster? Maybe she would trust me more, or maybe she'd trust me less.
Emily, there's something else.
Go on then.
I've got a lot of traits. Let's see. Ooh, I gained a point in logic. I can equip one extra manuscript?
It's about your sister.
Wish I'd known that earlier.
I don't know what happened exactly, but it's possible that my mother had a go at her.
I know, Louis. I found out that same evening. Well, thanks for not trying to hide it.
Oh, phew.
What? Why didn't you tell me?
I didn't know if I could trust you. Now I know I can.
Ha ha ha!
It seems that your mother tricked Emma. She apparently asked her to hide an important book so that even she wouldn't know where it was. And then she shot her like a dog to make sure no one would ever find it again.
Does she know why?
Why would she do that?
I don't know, Louis, but I'll find out. You can count on that.
I'm sincerely sorry, Emily.
Thank you, Louis. But you do realize your mother will have to accept the consequences of her acts.
There must be an explanation, Emily.
That's what we shall see. Come, Louis. They're waiting for us.
The small salon.
You will pay dearly, Peru. I'm sure you were involved somewhere along the line.
That's right. Pretend you don't know. One piece of advice. Don't travel through France on your way back, or it'll cost you dearly.
Calm now, my friends. Let's calm down. Everyone seems to be a little unnecessarily heated. Don't forget where you are, please.
What's going on here exactly?
Sir Gregory called us together to introduce the last guest. But hardly had we arrived when he set upon Monsieur Peru.
Why?
And what has Mr. Peru done to once again provoke someone's anger?
We don't really know just yet. I get the feeling it won't be long before it gets out.
How could you dare do such a thing? Dios mío, you are all out of your minds!
Really, Duke Manuel? What made you kick up such a fuss?
What? Have you not heard? Well, let me inform you that yesterday morning at 10:22 a.m. precisely, in the middle of the Place de la Révolution in Paris, by decree of the National Convention which Monsieur Peru works for, King Louis was guillotined. What?
Dun dun dun.
King of France is dead, gentlemen. Our monarchies are in danger. I have said it before. How dare they?
Oh dear. Oh, as if it's not possible.
Friends, let us calm down.
Don't pretend to be surprised. He got a fair trial.
Ridiculous. Bastard. He was sentenced to death by 361 votes to 360. You beheaded a king for one vote. Is that your democracy?
What an obnoxious act. Until this, anything was possible. This political coup will have grave consequences.
France is lost.
Gentlemen, please. Let us take a step back a moment.
In the name of holiness. He was the highest representative of God in France, Emily.
Uh-oh. Calm things down. Think of the consequences for the order.
Gentlemen, Duchess, we're all among people of reputable company here. We should be able to manage the conflicts of our nations in a respectful and orderly manner.
I fully agree with you, sir.
But
That's enough, sir.
with whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
Louis Maras de Richet.
Are you related to Sarah de Richet?
Sarah is his mother, Duke. Gentlemen, this news affects us all, but I must ask you to remain calm. It's not the first time history has taken us by surprise. Let's ensure that our respective countries are allowed to respond appropriately to this news.
Oh, rest assured. The response will not fall short, my friend.
Good for you. Well, Your Grace, here I was preparing to introduce you as is proper, and you've beaten me to it. I'm delighted that we are all together at last. Our meeting will therefore be able to kick off shortly. I have just a few more little preparations to take care of before you all find out the reason for your presence here. In the meantime, I shall leave you to get to know one another. When you hear the bell, please proceed to the conclave room on my left, behind that door. I'll see you later.
He backs away slowly with his eyes on us. Ooh, got some sway in the hips there, George.
Could you spare a moment, please, sir?
I'm glad you asked. I want to talk to you too.
Of course.
Only chance.
Appearance.
He looks concerned. I don't know why, but I doubt it's from sympathy alone. Well, let's see what he wants from me.
Any news of her? Have you found her, maybe?
Oh, of course. Do you have feelings for her?
To hear you speak, it sounds like you and my mother were close.
Let's say I hold your mother in high esteem, yes. We were even planning to work together.
That's what he was getting at.
Did she tell you about our arrangement?
Prompt him to talk about it.
Absolutely, but I was hoping that you could tell me more about it.
Well, she was planning to sell me.
Let me double check. So he's immune to occultism. Okay.
A very old book. I will make no secret of the fact that I am passionate about the subject. And when Sarah spoke to me about it, her account literally had me enthralled. I can think of nothing else since. You might have come across some old books in her belongings, perhaps?
Let's make him talk about what he's looking for.
As my mother's got so many old books, I'm afraid I won't be able to...
Oh, it's easy. You can't mistake this.
This is the one she was trying to hide.
An ancient grimoire, composed of 7 parts. Each one is closed under lock and key. It was made in such a way that if someone tried to tamper with it, the sheets would be permanently tarnished. If you find it, you mustn't tamper with it. You see?
That's unusual. Unfortunately, that doesn't ring a bell. I'll look again, but I wouldn't get my hopes up. You seem very upset. Is it so important to you, this book?
Well, it's the search of a lifetime. What can I say? Every time I move closer to it, it seems to slip away at the last minute. I was very surprised to learn that your mother had it in her possession. I thought it was with a certain von Borchardt in Paris. Do you know him?
It was. Of course, why?
One of your close friends?
No, not really, but we were close once. Precisely over the case that concerns us now, because he claimed to have the book I'm looking for.
Another dishonest person.
Whew.
Say, can't trust anyone these days, huh?
No, you can't.
I hope I've been able to satisfy your curiosity, Mr. von Volner, and that you succeed in finding what you're looking for.
Oh, and so do I.
And now, what if you told me who you really are working for, instead of keeping up this pretense?
Oh.
Beg your pardon?
We both know what you're looking for, von Volner. You're the one who von Borchardt was planning to sell it to.
For centuries, all those who have come into contact with the Al-Azif have bitterly regretted it, Monsieur de Richet. You are playing a dangerous game. Please know that I am working for someone who does not appreciate anyone poking around in his business.
Let me guess.
Oh no. Oh. I doubt it's Mortimer.
Your dear king, I should think.
What? You mean Frederick William? Oh, my poor fellow. You are miles
It's
away.
home.
That stupid, pretentious puppet wields no real power. But seeing as you do not wish to be serious,
Aww.
so be it. Good luck to you.
Shoot.
Monsieur Bonaparte, may I speak with you a moment?
May we?
Yeah.
Does expression go beyond the nightmare mean anything to you at all?
Well, metaphorically, yes. It sums up the career of a soldier quite well. I doubt that is what you want to hear, though.
Indeed. That's surely not what I'm looking for.
Well, monsieur, if you are looking for a phrase book, Lord Mortimer must surely have one, given the number of books he has. You
You're
ought
probably
to
right.
check in the library of the tower. You never know.
What do you think of Duke Godoy?
Well, I'd rather not express any opinion of him.
Why is that?
His reputation is enough for me.
Tell me more.
Meaning...
This
Tell me
gentleman
more,
enjoys
tell me
people
more.
talking about him for too many reasons. His undeserved titles, more than 10 in just 4 years, and each one more prestigious than the one before.
You don't think he deserves them?
If I had seen him on the battlefield, there might be some doubt. But that is not the case. The Queen would rather not risk losing him, so she consoles him with awards and titles.
So you don't have a very positive opinion?
His coveting French Catalonia does not encourage me to have one.
Fair enough.
I understand your point of view. Would you have any more information about the conference Lord Mortimer spoke of?
Nothing at all. Mortimer is very committed to secrecy when it comes to his conferences. But given the presence of Monsieur Peru and ourselves, I think it must concern France to some extent.
Most
Otherwise,
assuredly.
I doubt he would have invited 3 Frenchmen to his table, huh?
Alright.
Well, I'll be leaving you now. Shall we meet up again later?
Wait, monsieur. Any news of your mother?
Unfortunately not, no.
I hope to speak with her about my deal before I leave. Let me know if you find her. À plus tard, monsieur.
Okay, who else is there in here to talk to? Wow, I like the look that guy is giving me. He's like, yes, I did just fart. No, I'm sure he has something much more dastardly on his mind, but that's just the look that it looks like he just farted.
Hey, these look like pages taken from an ancient encyclopedia. Chronicles of the Amber Princes. As I recall, Dorkin was my favorite character.
Dorkin? Interesting name. Where the heck did everybody go? I know it was awfully seductive. Nobody's by the fire. Here's Washington.
Go beyond the nightmare. Does this line remind you of anything in particular?
You've caught me unaware here, Louis. Let me think about it a second. No, nothing comes to mind. Sorry, Louis, but I am unable to help you.
Mr. President, what do you think about your counterpart, Duke Manuel?
I'm very surprised he was able to accept Lord Mortimer's invitation, given the political situation in Spain.
You're making your own ice cream? Like from scratch?
What do you mean?
The situation is ready to explode with France over Catalonia.
Well, the Duke must have a darn good reason to be absent and come here, mustn't he?
When Lord Mortimer invites you, Louis, you come. It's always in your best interest.
I wouldn't say that personally, but... Mr. President, can you tell me a little more about the coming conference?
Of course, Louis. That's why we're here. Lord Mortimer or Sir Gregory regularly organize meetings like this to put forward major projects.
What do you mean by major projects?
I'd prefer to let Lord Mortimer explain that to you, Louis. Let's say he brings together influential people in order to consider possible actions to undertake to guarantee the future of nations.
Do you know the theme of the conference?
Not in the slightest. None of the guests know the theme before arriving. But you'll see, everything will turn out fine. Don't worry.
I am very intrigued.
Well, thank you for your time.
Don't mention it, my young friend.
Alright.
Regarding your question on the nightmare, don't hesitate to question the others about it. Maybe one of them knows more than I do.
That's a good idea.
Thank you once again. I'll see you in a little bit.
Wow, that's dedication. I also don't have any like milk or heavy cream in my house, so I don't know if that'd be possible. I do, however, have ice cream in my freezer. This is the red salon with the butterflies and the cardinal.
Ah, Louis. Just the man. Good Lord. How did the king come to be executed? I would think that the order would have intervened.
Almond milk and coffee? That's clever. We don't have either. We have cheese and butter. And other than that, no dairy or dairy substitutes. Except for the ice cream in the freezer, of course.
Your Eminence, I haven't been following the case. I'm sure that the Order did everything in its power. Unfortunately, you know the situation in Paris, and, well, it's chaotic at best. Anything can happen in those revolutionary tribunals.
The king is the official representative of God on earth, my son.
Your Eminence, France has become a secular state. The king was just another citizen to them. He refused to admit his errors, looked down upon them, and attempted to escape. What did he expect?
France has lost all reason, Louis.
I invite you to speak about it with my mother as soon as she reappears.
Is there any news of her?
I hope it won't be long before I find her, Your Eminence.
Louis, I'm counting on you.
I'm counting on me too.
Sarah, before my departure, I must ask you to give me back the letter I gave you.
Fair enough.
Oh, don't worry about that, Your Eminence.
Now you wanted to speak to me.
Yes.
If I say the nightmare to you, does it make you think of anything?
Your question is strange, my son. Difficult to say. Could you at least tell me a little more about the context?
Think of a place and tell me the first thing that comes into your mind when
Ooh,
I say
I'm seductive now.
the nightmare.
What does seductive do? Oh, I just get an extra manipulation point.
Let me think. I'd say Lord Mortimer's favorite painting on the wall behind his desk.
Ah.
That painting caused quite a stir when it was exhibited. It is titled The Nightmare, and it shows a woman lying down with a creature sitting on her. And in the background, a horse. I don't know if it will be of any help, but I can't think of anything else.
You never know. Thank you for that, though, Your Eminence. I gotta go and see it just in case, though.
I know, now I can give just as seductive looks as that guy in the painting.
I was wondering what to think of that Manuel Godoy.
He is reputed to be a very ambitious character, at every level. But his faith is unwavering. He is a staunch defender of the church. You can believe me.
Dang it! Why can't I say this one? There's a bunch of butterflies flying all over the place.
I'm sure a man like you is in the circle of trust. Would you know what the conference that Lord Mortimer mentioned is going to be about?
Not really, my son. Well, be it Lord Mortimer or Sir Gregory, we are never informed about the theme of the conference before it begins.
I've literally commented on them every time we've been in this room.
I shan't take up any more of your time.
You are welcome, my son. I will be seeing you, Louis.
There's one there. There's a bunch of them in here. I see 5 right away. Oh, there's another one on the painting. There's a bunch on the curtains. Because this is open. There's some. They're all over the place. Oh. This library is huge. I know I said that last time, but like seriously. You can't even see the bottom of it. Oh. Oh yeah, this is a portrait gallery. Can we go into the garden yet? Nope. Seriously, where is everybody else? Oh, I don't remember this room.
There's the alchemical symbol of the earth on the lid.
Ooh, that worked out for the best. Yay, royal jelly. Ooh, and more mysterious notes. Cool. What's this? Ooh, devil's thorn. What's this? A book. Ooh, the locksmith's art. There we go. Okay, that goes upstairs. And where does this go?
Honey, I couldn't have hoped for better.
Oh, I can't go that way. Alright, then let's go upstairs. Now let's figure out which way we're supposed to go to get up even further. Ah, good, I went the right way.
So, what did my mother mean by going beyond the nightmare?
There's probably a secret passageway behind the painting. But I doubt we'll have time to actually go in it. What are those dates?
Let's take a closer look.
Oh, they're chocolates.
Judging by the shape, I'd say they're Criollo cocoa beans. The chocolate of the Mayas, the rarest of the beans. Some even say they're an aphrodisiac.
Mmm.
When a product is in fashion, people attribute all sorts of virtues to it, not to be given to animals.
If I take one, you'll surely notice, right? So until and if we need to use it. He spent 6,200 pounds on candles? Oh, it's the bird talking. Jeez. Reduce wood consumption next year? Oh yeah, I guess he only spent 10,000 pounds on it.
A mynah bird. Sarah de Riche? Waldo, you know Sarah? Well, Waldo, is your master good?
Oh gosh, we should not give chocolate to this bird. I know what it wants me to do.
No, what have we got here? Oh, it looks like a model of a lock. As if Mortimer is fond of complicating things sometimes. Well, I hope I never have to try and unlock it.
Oh, I'm sure we will. Dear Mr. Guido Poletti, I am writing with regard to the dates of the paintings that I sent you for your temporary exhibition. Please note that they are part of my private collection and are dated according to the Freemasons calendar, AL, in use at the time. As you may well have guessed, you must remember to subtract 4,000 years if you don't want the public to be surprised at the dating of the works. Dang. No need to remind you that the Freemason year AL begins in March, not January. About the Longinus painting, I took the liberty to have the spear touched up so it better corresponds to the actual spear. I cannot urge you strongly enough to do the same for yours. Yours sincerely, Lord William Alexander Mortimer, Marquis of Westfordshire.
That's what you generally feed birds.
Alright, so...
Might come in handy.
let's feed him the red berries.
Sarah DeRiche? Waldo, you know Sarah? What? Repeat that, Waldo. Sarah? What about Sarah? Good God, what's been happening here? Well, Waldo, is your master good?
Yeah, we have to feed him again.
I don't really know what I was expecting.
Do we have any more left? We need to go get some more. We can't. We can only ask him one thing. I'm not going to feed him chocolate. It's going to kill him, and we're going to be in trouble.
It's a book on the history of the Crusades. I don't think it has any connection with my research.
All right.
The Nightmare painted by Fuseli in 1781. Ah, this must be what my mother was talking about. Now just need to find out what she meant by go beyond. Hey, looks like it's mounted on rails on each side. It should lift up, I think.
But how?
There must be a mechanism somewhere. The Nightmare painted by Fuseli
dang it.
in 1781. Ah, this must be what my mother was talking
There's
about.
like no way to skip these. Nope.
I just need to find out what she meant by go beyond. Hey, looks like it's mounted on rails on each side. It should lift up, I think. There must be a mechanism somewhere.
Okay, let's see. Is it this? Oh, is it that? Well, that was easier than I expected it to be. Never mind.
Aha, I found it. Oh, what on earth is this? A ring lock now? Great. That's all I needed.
Four numbers. Lower the lever, move away, watch the rollers. Notice something.
Complex mechanism. Looks like the third ring is a bit seized up. Gets stuck on number 9.
So the third number is 9.
Looks like there's a marker on number 1 on the second roller.
And there's 1 is the second number. What happens if we lower the lever?
Well, I got it wrong. It doesn't matter.
Okay, And this one is... Ah, come on. Ah. Oh, I wonder if we could ask Waldo.
A mynah bird.
We could have asked him, but we didn't have any more food. Ah, we shouldn't have wasted it.
Here I am talking to a bird. Shame on me.
When were the Crusades? His favorite was the Third Crusade? Okay, Google. What year did the Third Crusade take place in?
According to Wikipedia, the Third Crusade, 1189 to 1192, also known as the King's Crusade, was an attempt by European leaders to reconquer the Holy Land from Saladin.
Okay, it ended in 1192. So what are the chances that that is what it is?
Well,
Dang.
I got it wrong. It doesn't matter.
Shoot, I thought I was onto something.
This painting isn't finished. And it looks like Mortimer probably did it. Not bad, but you can't exactly say it's been done in the style of the period. History of the First Crusades by Pierre Amédée de la Salle. Strange. All the dates are all wrong. They indicate events that took place in the year 5000 and something? Wait, did I miss something?
You subtract 4,000. Oh, I know exactly what it is. It's 5192. You didn't miss too much. Just, we opened this painting, and now we're doing this tumbler lock, which I almost had figured it out all by myself, except for that I forgot that.
Well, I got
What?
it wrong. It doesn't matter.
Well, the middle two numbers are 1 9.
Finished. And it looks like
Didn't mean to look at that.
Did it.
I wanted to look at
Not
this.
bad, but I can't exactly say it's been done in the style of the period. History of the First Crusades by Pierre Amédée de la Salle. Strange. All the dates are all wrong. They indicate events that took place in the year 5000 and something?
Thought for sure I was onto something.
Did I miss something? The author is Pierre Amédée de la Salle, none other than the Grand Master of the Masonic Lodge of Paris. Now I understand why the dates are offset. He's using dates based on the Anno Lucis, year 0 of the Masonic calendar, by adding 4,000 years to the Gregorian calendar.
I wonder why they did that.
I thought that calendar starts in March.
I'm too dumb to analyze the dates.
The famous call from Pope Gregory VIII in his Audita Tremendi bull of 5,187. Oh, the crusade where Richard the Lionhearted distinguished himself. It states the first sea blockade of Saint-Jean d'Acre was broken in the 12th month of 5,190 AL, whereas the siege had been going on for 2 years.
So you think it's 5,190, maybe? They did talk about that siege. De Jean...
Damn it.
Oh, that wasn't it either.
5,190. I was pretty sure it was right. Maybe I didn't use the right dating system.
Maybe it should be 1,190?
Doesn't work, damn it. I really thought I was close. 1,190. Isn't the right date when you subtract 4,000? I must have missed a subtlety.
Are you kidding me? But the Masonic year starts in March, so if it happened in April, it would still be 89, right?
Still not working. I get the impression I counted the wrong way.
Oh.
It must be 1 year more then, right?
Well, thank you so much for holding my hand through this process. Apparently they anticipated that.
Open sesame.
Well, I'm sure glad Mortimer isn't suspicious of where we are. It's his planning and learning room. Dear Lord Mortimer, I regret to inform you that our plans in Poland are set to fail. Russia and Prussia are working in cohort to bleed our dear Poland. We have no power here. We continue to maintain pressure as best we can on the Prussian border as agreed in order to occupy Friedrich William's army, but I do not know how long we can keep it up. Your devoted servant, Elfriede Bauer. Dear Lord Mortimer, I am writing to ask you to persuade President Washington not to sign the Fugitive Slave Act as it stands. We must absolutely legislate on a national level and not allow every state to choose their policy regarding slaves. It was initially intended to resolve a conflict between Pennsylvania and Virginia. By signing it, we would risk legislating the hunting of blacks. More and more men of little faith are becoming slave hunters, and, unable to find any slaves on the run, they kidnap the first black they come across, which they pass off as a wanted runaway. The situation threatens to quickly degenerate. Thank you in advance, your friend John Adams. P.S. Say hello to my daughter Elizabeth for me. All right.
It shows the forces present in Africa. This is unexpected activity in this sector. It looks like there are also many unknowns, even for Mortimer.
Alright, and we're again too dumb to have anything else to say about it. Dang it. Ooh, yay! My lord, I hope this letter will reach you. My hours are numbered. My printing house has been confiscated, and I am imprisoned in the fortress Schlieselberg. If by any chance you could intervene in my favor, I would eternally be in your debt. The Tsarina Catherine should not be long in banning all Golden Order lodges from her territory. Our horizon has been considerably darker, in the hope that you find me your friend, Nikolai Novikov.
Weakness of the Human Psyche by Guillaume Trimore.
How did I do that?
He said.
Where did it even go?
It is possible to drill an idea into someone by constant daily repetition until the mind gives in and goes on. There are hundreds of good ways to live life, but you only need one to convince the masses that it's the only one possible. The author isn't letting any ethical principles get in his way, is he?
Well, perhaps that's a good thing. The gift has been delivered. Timur Shah Durrani, King of Afghanistan, of Punjab, of Sindh, of Mashhad, and of Kashmir, probably butchered those, sorry. Should not retain his title much longer. His son Zaman will succeed him as planned. We will then be able to resume negotiations. K.
This shows the forces present in America.
Alright, cool. My dear friend, with thanks for your services rendered and help in the fight against the Spanish and conquest of Oran, a ship bound for Marseille in France has been charted. Hidden aboard are a few corpses infected with the plague that is decimating our country at this moment. Be very careful when handling these boxes because, if inadvertently opened, you risk spreading the disease all over France. Mohammed El Kabir. Huh. My dearest Lord Mortimer, I regret to inform you that it will soon be impossible to ignore pressure from the Russians. The Tsarina Catherine has every intention of supporting the Count of Provence and will recognize him as the regent of the King of France. Once King Louis has disappeared from the political stage, I am sorry to announce bad news, but expect dark times ahead. Your friend, Elfriede Bauer. It's a map of Asia.
Fine-looking map of the Orient, indeed.
Alrighty then. Sir, your plans to intervene in Belgium are to go ahead as set down. I am to occupy the Prussian army. Your delivery of cannons to Valmy has ensured our victory. As agreed, I have notified the King of Prussia of the invasion plans of Custine and the Army of the North. I will keep the Austrians out of Belgium. I am to quickly return to Paris as I sense the fate of our King Louis is about to be decided dishonorably, and it is impossible for me not to intervene. Should you have any missives to give me, I invite you to go by, as per usual, our friend Monsieur Peroux. Sincerely yours, that's why he's here, Charles-François Dumouriez, General of the Army of the North.
Devil's Thorn. I'll keep it.
I'll keep it. Ooh.
It's locked.
It's locked. Sounds like Nancy Drew. My dearest Lord Mortimer, as a friend of China, rest assured that you will be rewarded for your information. You need not worry about any scheming against us from Great Britain. Their representative, Mr. McCartney, will leave with no hope of any arrangements involving us. Your friend, Qinlong, Emperor of the Qing Dynasty.
Golden elixir. I'll keep it for later.
Golden elixir. William, whatever your projects, it would seem that our father is against leaving you with a grip on Europe. Our father? Oh. Russia will soon commit itself to the coalition against your dear France. Don't think you can resist for long. I beseech you, William, not to persist. You are tearing our family apart. Your loving brother, G. P.S. I shall come to your conference, but do you think that holding it at a present moment is conductive? Godoy? Perhaps? It's a map of Europe.
Forces present in Europe. It's clear that France is surrounded by her enemies. However, a large number has been underlined in bold.
26 million.
26 million. I know what it is. It's an estimation of my country's population. All our neighbors have far fewer inhabitants.
I know, I'm glad we're not playing a drinking game with this. My dear friend, thank you for your words, and I do understand your situation. I regret having to confront you militarily, but if the situation obliges me to declare war, then do what you think fit. Under your advisement, and with a weary heart, I am off to meet up with a coalition that opposes you, in the hope of serving you again, George, King of Hanover, King of the United Kingdom of Britain and of Great Britain and Ireland. Oh. He's probably pissed that he helped George Washington. Let us see if you have the courage to face me alone.
This is my mother's writing. I've picked up her trail. What is she up to? Obviously, she wants to lure Mortimer somewhere, but where? The only clue she's left for Mortimer is this stone sword. It must be intentional. It looks like a decorative sword, like from a statue, for example. And judging by the state of it, I'm guessing it's been left outside for a
Probably
long
somewhere in the
time.
garden.
I've absolutely got to find out where it came from.
Let's just take it. He's definitely not going to notice that it's missing. Oh. Oh, jeez. My dear friend, as desired, I have been able to gather together my friends to sign the agreement you proposed. This agreement shall be known as the Buttonwood Agreement. If you recall the place where we gathered when you met us for the first time, you'll understand why this name was given. Please find enclosed a list of my colleagues. Blah, 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 blah. Thanks for your help. We shall soon be able to meet at my place, the Tontine Coffee House. I look forward to seeing you as soon as possible. So many cool, interesting historical tidbits that I'm sure I can't even begin to wrap my brain around. My dearest friend, our plans are going ahead wonderfully well. The Coinage Act has been voted. Your project of founding the very first Bank of America should not be delayed and will probably be called Union Bank. As for the construction of the White House, it is still to begin in October. I think that meant due to begin in October. I will expect no delays. You can trust me on this. I hope to see you soon. Thomas Jefferson, Secretary of State.
A table of alchemical elements. So, Lord Mortimer also studies alchemy? It seems like he's interested in everything.
And once again, zinc is circled. Yes, I will take that. Thank you.
A chest with a motif representing the alchemical symbol of fire.
Ouch. Ooh, what if I did this? Yeah. Ooh, a cult key with the water symbol. Some collector's coins. More collector's coins. More collector's coins. What do I do? What am I supposed to do with these collector's coins? More collector's coins. More collector's coins. Alright, that's it. Oh my gosh. Oh, I guess I could have just used the key. Oh well.
Am I seeing things, or is that an actual von Leeuwenhoek microscope? Incredible. Mortimer really is at the cutting edge of science. Even at the Order, it took us ages to get one of those.
Well, he's got enough money to be. Oh, he's immune to science. Good to know. Alright. Dear Lord Mortimer, be assured of my entire devotion. As agreed, the Vendée peasantry will soon rise up. My network is striving to increase the pressure on the masses. The decision of the Assembly, which consists of voting the civil constitution of the clergy, is inflaming the religion. Blah. If I can talk. The people overwhelmingly reject the priests and swear loyalty to the state. If you could ensure that the convention will administer the final blow to the people, the issue will be resolved. Without wishing to direct you, a forced recruitment for a faraway conflict would be a perfect way to arouse the people definitively. Your devoted servant, François Athénée Charette de la Contrie. So many goodies to look at.
An iron mask. I wonder who it's for. That must be for writing the homing pigeon messages.
Alright.
3 rusty old nails. They're about 20 centimeters long.
For, gosh, what's it called? Lobotomies, perhaps? Did they do lobotomies back then?
Some goat skulls, chicken legs. Now we all know what that's for. I'm a little surprised at Mortimer.
Do we?
And it seems as the type to be organizing little pagan parties,
Oh.
invoking occult powers, and dancing naked under the full moon. I'm more used to seeing cheap charms like this sold by charlatans in Pré Saint-Gervais. Look, a pack of tarot cards. Has he been reading the cards? Mortimer? That would surprise me.
Hey, why not?
It is a typical draw on a line that answers a specific question. To the left, temperance, that announces a reward for one who patiently waits before taking any action. and in the middle, a chariot, which symbolizes triumph and business success. To the right, the Emperor evokes a future full of power and stability.
So he must feel pretty confident about his plans then. Lord Mortimer, the tiger is dying. On your demand, I have attacked Travancore and personally cut the throats of as many Englishmen as possible, though without the help from the French. I cannot hold them off much longer. My forces are rapidly diminishing in spite of your new rockets. Help us. Tipu Sahib, Sultan of Mysore. I butchered that. Already looked at that. Dear Lord Mortimer, as agreed, I have changed your old lock for one of my invention, drawing inspiration from your doctor friend, Mr. Guillotine. Alright. No, not guillotine. Guillotine? Here is the model of your new lock. If you appreciate my prototype, it is difficult to imagine how it all fits together, but it will be located in the middle of the present door. The aim being to alter nothing of the door's functionality, but to add a bit of spice. Depending on the lineup of the wheels, the aforementioned lock will open, or will punish the snooper whose faith is not strong enough. Oh gosh. I called my invention the Judgment of Faith, because if a snooper is unable to resist opening it, they will be punished. I hope you'll appreciate the irony of the situation. Gustave Mastron, Master Architect.
These are feathers. Pigeon, probably.
Astute observation.
A skeleton by the name of Gustav, if the plaque on the plinth is anything to go by. Mortimer's given a name to his anatomy skeleton. That's morbid.
Is it? I don't think it's that bad.
His right hand is missing.
That's a little weird. Dang it.
Looks like obsidian or onyx. Must weigh a ton.
Probably does. But I guess it's all that I get to know about it. Oh. I just took something. A book? On human anatomy, it looked like.
Something strange about this table. The little surgeon's perfect collection.
Was it the mom's right hand that was missing? I think it was the left hand.
What kind of experiments does Mortimer carry out here? It's a dissection table. So Mortimer does autopsies. Here on his desert island. But who's he doing autopsies on then?
Whoever he wants. I think this is the last thing to look at.
Formaldehyde. Just as disgusting as ever.
Oh. Cool. Alright, I think we've looked at everything in here then. Yeah, I think so. Alright. So let's go to the garden, because I'm assuming that's where the statue is that we need to find.
Oh shit. How am I gonna get out of here now? Let's see what you've been hiding, Lord Mortimer.
Oh boy. Time to find out just how dumb I am. It wouldn't be the same combination, would it? Wait. I can barely see this left one. Oh, they're upside down. Oh boy. Okay. So this one needs to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that bird. This one needs to be 1. This one needs to be 9. No. This one is, 9. And this one needs to be 1.
This looks like the same mechanism as the one on the other side.
Yes, we already established that. Did it change my last one? It did. Why did it do that? Nine, 1. Okay.
This looks like the same mechanism as the one on the other side.
Lower the liver.
Whoa. The grid closes a bit more every time I enter a wrong day.
Uh-oh.
I'd better not mess up again. It doesn't seem to be working.
Dang it, I thought we were gonna get lucky and beat the same one.
This looks like the same mechanism as the one on the other side.
Thank you. Let's think about it.
The mechanism passes through the wall. The wheels are the same on both sides. Chances are the combination I used on the other side works on this side too.
Okay. Did I?
Looks like the same as the one on the other side.
$5191. That's what it was on the other side. Or do you think... Oh, you're right, it was 1191.
This looks like the same mechanism as the one on the
Ugh, I
other
wish
side.
we wouldn't say that every time. Nope.
Wheels are stuck. Shit! I'm cornered like a rat.
Fun. Let's think of ways we can explain this.
Someone's coming.
Did we miss the conference?
Please don't let it be Mortimer.
It looks like Peru.
Who is it?
Deliberately avoiding me. 4 years ago, I was his favorite. But nowadays, I have to ask for an audience with his lordship.
Damn it! It's Peru. Monsieur Peru! It's Mr. Deriche. I'm sort of trapped behind this painting.
What are you playing
Help me
at,
out of here,
goddammit?
please.
How can I open it?
There's a pedal under Lord Mortimer's desk. Can you see it?
There's no... Hang on. Yes.
Good. Now press it.
Yeah. Done.
I hope we made the right decision.
Something resembling a frame with numbers. Yes? You have to turn them to set the combination.
1191.
1191.
Oh boy. Alright.
Well. Poking our nose into Mortimer's little secrets, are we?
Yes.
You do surprise me.
It's not what you're thinking.
It's exactly what you're thinking.
No, you will not, sir. It has nothing to do with me, and by the way, I never even saw you.
Oh.
So, I'll be on my way now.
Thanks again. I'm indebted to you. I won't forget this.
Yeah,
Goodbye.
I guess that worked out better than I expected.
I've wasted enough time. I better get moving if I want to find my mother.
I failed that one. That's alright. I had a strange conversation with Jacques Peroux. There haven't been any alternate paths the last 2 episodes. Am I gonna make it to level 8? Oh, so close. I bet if I had made it out, I would have been able to do that. I only have 4 points. That's sucky. Well, we wanted to do logic. Alright. I think that's good enough. The nightmare. Oh, that's the 6th quest. What shall we read? We're not really close to anything at this point. Occultism, questioning, psychology. Ooh, I mean, subterfuge hasn't got... Oh, I could have done that. Well, subterfuge has been awesome with us. We can skip 2 more. Alright, let's do... We have 3 of any one. We have 2 questioning. How close are we to questioning? Ooh, not close. Occultism? Not close. Psychology, I believe, also not close. Nope. Science? Science? Yeah, let's do science. And how many times have I missed equipping manuscripts? Oh boy. Alright.
This note is about a meeting with Lord Mortimer. There's no doubt about it. Alright, I need to find out where the sword that came with it's from in order to find Mother.
I'm sure it's out in the garden.
You're joking, I hope. Don't tell me you've done that.
Really? How do you expect me to guess?
Oh, for God's sake, just ask them.
Oh no.
We must absolutely inform Sir Gregory. How long has he been trying to collect all the spears?
I must have brought him the first one 20-odd years ago.
Do you know if he has managed to get the original?
Well, in any case, he's got all the ones we had at the Vatican. He made me replace them with copies. But I don't understand your reaction. I'm sure it is nothing serious.
I can see very well you do not understand. You have done nothing less than sign our death warrants, and still you don't understand.
Someone is listening.
What? Monsieur de Richet, why not join us rather than find yourself eavesdropping?
If you'll let me.
I didn't want to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
Of course you didn't. So, my son, what can we do for you?
I didn't mean to spy on you, but you caught my attention.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Wait. Volner and Piaggi. He's immune to occultism, and then Piaggi. He's vulnerable to manipulation.
Have you brought spears as well, then?
What? Did Mortimer ask you to bring him holy spears too?
Yes, but I thought I was the only one. How many of them have you brought, then?
18 in all. Any relic even remotely to do with them, in fact.
18 spears? How many of them exist in all?
No one knows. Especially as there is only one authentic one, of course. That all adds to the mystery, don't you think?
Well, please leave us, monsieur. His Eminence and I wish to finish our discussion alone.
Alright. Can we also go find my mother? Can I approach them again?
Leave us now.
Oh. Alright. Okay, now let's go out to the garden. Are we gonna find Mortimer dead? The bell's gonna ring and we're gonna go into that place and then he's gonna be dead, isn't he? Oh, hello. You weren't here before.
I am sorry, sir, but the conference room is under preparation and is consequently inaccessible to guests.
Inaccessible to guests. I'm almost positive it's out here. If it's not, then I'll ask people, but...
Golden elixir.
That's all? That wasn't worth it. It's a maze! Oh! Peru!
Well, Monsieur de Richet, what brings you here?
I tell you what I'm looking for, Monsieur Peru. Will you promise to keep it to yourself?
Hell no. And anybody who gives you a promise like that is an unmitigated liar. Trust no one,
Fair enough.
Richet, or you'll soon be a dead man. I bid you good luck. You'll need it.
Oh no! Well, okay then. I lost out on that opportunity. There's a string. That goes from that. Is it? Okay, so this statue. Oh, that's too funny. Has a string going where?
Ariadne. In Greek mythology, she helped Theseus get through the labyrinth.
Ugh. Excuse me.
Looks like there's a crack in the region of the heart. The state the stone of the statue is in reminds me of the sword.
I'll bet my boots this is where Mother wanted to lure Mortimer.
Just need to know why. If I recall the Iliad, Ariadne is none other than the daughter of Minos and Pasiphae. She was in love with Theseus and helped him in his quest to kill the Minotaur in return for a promise of marriage, if he defeated the monster. She gave him a reel of thread so that he could find his way back through the labyrinth, which was famous for being unsolvable. But once the beast was slain, the gallant was quick to abandon her on an island. Turns out heroes are not what they once were. Let's see.
Hopefully this is where this goes.
What's going to happen if I've got it wrong?
Something bad. Alright, we got a little bit closer. Oh, we gotta get over to him. Okay. Now's probably a good time to mention that I'm terrible at mazes. Wait. What's the second string coming from?
Pasiphae, daughter of Perseus and sister of Circe. She married Minos and became the queen of Crete. I seem to recall that her fate was not something you'd want. She was punished for the sins of her husband. She had to mate with the sacred bull of Poseidon. 9 months later, she gave birth to Asterion, better known as the Minotaur. It's crazy to see to what extent women have always been mistreated.
Oh.
When they're not harpies, gorgons, and other witches, they become victims. She has no cracks. Alright, well, let's continue anyways.
We should go back and get that sword.
Ariadne. Try something else.
Okay. What's this? Oh. Carmelite water. Very nice. What's over here? A book. Ooh, there's something back there. That's surely where I'm trying to get to then. Okay, okay. So we were on the right track going this way. Was there anything? I didn't check in this little...
I wonder what this kiosk is doing in the middle of the garden. Too cramped to be able to do much. Well, there must be something going on there. It's up to the just to deliver judgment. Truth unlocks all possibilities. It looks like this slab moves. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a passageway underneath it.
Oh, we need to put the sword in the heart of the... What's this? Oh. Of the guy who abandoned her. Wait. I think I saw something. I did. Alright, we already saw her. Looked at that. That's a dead end.
Theseus, son of Aegeus. He's the one who slayed the Minotaur. I seem to recall he took the decision to confront the Minotaur. He killed the beast, but if it weren't for Ariadne's help, he would have been trapped in that labyrinth forever. In short, yet another hero who wasn't the sharpest knife in the drawer. Okay, I'm probably being a bit harsh. I mean, we do owe him the foundations of Athens. In other words, the Republic. Render therefore unto Caesar what is Caesar's. Looks like a crack has been made on his torso.
Let's examine the crack.
As long as a finger. I'd say between 6 and 8 centimeters.
Alright. This is the Minotaur then.
Asterion. It is rare to see him like this. In general, he's represented with the head of a bull, with the features of the Minotaur. the famous son of Minos and Pasiphae. Asterion was the son of Pasiphae and Minos, or rather the result of a curse put on Minos.
Minos was punished for betraying Poseidon. Of course, as strangely it often happens, it wasn't he who was punished, it was his wife. She had to mate with a bull, no less. From that union, Asterion was born, who everyone knows as the famous Minotaur. Rejected by Minos, he was shut up in the labyrinth so he could never leave. And, as if that wasn't bad enough, he died by the hand of a hero desperate to restore his reputation. Technically, Asterion is the victim of the story because he's described as a child cast out from birth. Born from an extramarital union because of the errors of his father, he was treated as an outcast all his life. And he died as innocently as he was born. A tragic story, as the Greeks knew how to do so well. This statue has a crack in it.
Well, it's fun to get, like, we're getting history lessons, we're getting some Greek mythology lessons.
The crack is thin and about as long as a finger. I should be able to thrust in my sword.
That's what he said.
Let's go.
Oh, I cannot pick up any more carbonate water. How long does it last if I used it? Oh, more jelly.
Minos, son of Zeus and Europa. If I remember correctly, he was the king of Crete. Married to Pasiphae, he had many children, including the famous Ariadne, whom history remembers for her
Oh,
threat.
this is the guy we should put the sword in.
Hey, there's a crack in that statue. The crack is in the region of the heart. It's a thin crack as long as a finger. A blade could easily enter.
Yep, I'm pretty sure.
Theseus. Let's try something else instead.
And I bet we have to put it in this guy.
Minos. The crack is in the region of the heart.
Oh, yep. Okay, now let's check out the... Nope, I already forgot how to get back there. Here we go. No? Oh.
What is that? It's like a sort of opening mechanism.
Ooh, don't put your hand on that.
Knowing Mortimer, I bet it's booby-trapped.
Yeah, it looks like there's a needle or something.
Fingers. Pretty sure if I get it wrong, I'll get pricked. Damn you, Mortimer. Reminds me of traps I studied in Egyptian tombs.
Do we not have a choice? Oh, yay! Oh, that doesn't look good. Uh-oh, another vision.
Again?
You can't be serious, Manuel. You know that's not going to happen.
You must leave me alone now. I have agreed to everything.
Even to...
Agreed. I wasn't aware you had a choice.
What's going on here?
What now? What else must I do to win back my freedom?
Obey me. Now get out.
I wonder who he was supposed to be in that vision. Was he Mortimer?
What was that? That's the third time in 3 days.
Oh, don't suck it back up. You didn't notice that before? That was the first thing I noticed.
Let's see if you're in there, Mother.
Ooh, very ominous.
Fragment of amber.
Yay!
Bandages. Someone's been patching themselves up.
Well, our mother
My
did need
took advantage of
bandages.
being in hiding to change her bandages, huh? This is silk. She must have used her own clothes.
Shouldn't necessarily have other things with her.
These bandages are pretty basic. She'll be lucky if she doesn't get an infection.
Worth it?
There are patches where the blood isn't totally clotted. That's a good sign, right? She changed them recently, which proves she's still looking after herself and still believes in her chances. Well, I'd love to tell her to keep hanging in there.
Okay. A servant. What's an awkward way that his body is? Oh, he's on his stomach.
Damn it, Mother. Now what's happened?
Uh-oh. I could have found somebody important in the crypt. I didn't inspire Peru to trust me? What? Oh my gosh, my mind is reeling. Who could I have found in the... I think there's one more episode. Geez, still only 4 points available. We could level up in logic. We could level up in vigilance. I think like decisions we've made in the past would have affected who we saw in the crypt. We could just spend them all and get politics or linguistics. It wouldn't hurt to have level 1 in everything. That was it. Oh no! Oh, they just leave you on a cliffhanger like that. Gosh. I guess there was only 3. I thought there was 4. No more. Coming soon. Oh man, that's so good. Well, I have been totally impressed so far. It has pulled me in. Like, the beginning of that one, I can see why they only did 3, because the beginning of that episode was pretty long with going and investigating everybody. But I mean, gosh, way to keep you going. It that middle chapter was just giving you enough to keep going, and then the last chapter hits you hard with that cliffhanger, so you're ready to come back for more. Those shoes, was it Mortimer, or was it that other guy with the face, the face makeup? I have no idea. It definitely wasn't Peru. Oh, it might have been Napoleon. Actually, I think it was probably Napoleon, based on the shoes. Ooh. I'm super excited to play episode 3. Unfortunately, episode 2 just came out, so episode 3 probably won't be out for a while. But that's alright. I'll definitely play it when it comes out. And then, in the meantime, I think this Tuesday, Wednesday, one of them I'll be playing Bioshock, continuing to play Bioshock, and the other one hopefully gets some multiplayer Stardew Valley action now that we've gotten it figured out a little bit. And it's actually working. But yeah, until next time, bye!